How the youngins say.
So
Lit.
keep that in mind.
Yeah, hey, forget I asked. That'll definitely do.
Ew. Join the Discord.
It was the least fun I've ever had playing this game.
A small but vibrant and extremely humble community.
No, I've seen the sleeves, but I'm like, you said you're suiting up, and then you put your sleeve on. Thank you for saying that.
Because I'm a demon on the keys.
Next thing I know, we're both dead. I immediately left the lobby.
In Vietnam.
What are they playing for? Are they playing to win?
Stay humble.
Stay humble.
Well, dude. We are live. Welcome to the Dropshot, a Call of Duty podcast, episode 153. Now, today is going to be a very, very different episode than a usual episode or than the one we were going to do. So normally on Wednesdays, we talk about news, patch notes, shit like that. Absolutely nothing has happened in the past week. It was going to be an extremely short episode. Activision was too busy with their shenanigans, to put it lightly, to do anything to the game this week. Not terribly surprisingly, but we will still kind of sort of get into that. But luckily for us, we had a big, giant streamer, fucking huge name on Twitch, whom we've been trying to actually get on the show for a long time, and we've been fans of for a long time. None other than young Jake, aka OPMarked.
Oh my gosh.
It's finally happening. How are you, man?
I'm doing very well. How are you guys doing? I've seen, it's been a long time. Been a long time coming, to say the least. There's been many altercations between us, and let's get it done this weekend, that weekend, next weekend, the next one, and I keep having to move it.
Yeah.
But we're here. We're here now.
We are here now. This is a serendipitous occasion. We have been, Tanner and I, fans of yours for quite a while. So
yeah.
I think
I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot.
Yeah, and it's been cool to see you grow a lot too, on Twitch and pretty much everywhere on the internet. But I remember when Tanner and I were first getting into Warzone, because like we're not, me especially, not a big BR guy, but we like got into Warzone, maybe a couple months after it came out, and we were starting to really try to get like really good. And what I like to always do if I'm trying to get good at a video game is go to Twitch and watch people who are way fucking better than I am and just watch them all the time and learn. And then Tanner was like, dude, you need to follow this guy, OPMarked. He's insane. I was like, all right, cool. Yeah. And that was, been a fan ever since.
Dudes, I mean, I appreciate it, yeah, because you guys showed me love when I, like, my first streaming, like, started, man. Like, I'm talking, I want to say it was, like, I was averaging, like, I don't know, maybe, like, 10 to 20 people or something. You guys would, like, toss me, like, a raid, and I'd be like, holy shit, like, this is amazing, and, like, yeah, so I want to say, like, you guys, like, helped kick off, like, what it is to be today, so it's, like, it's dope as shit.
Yeah, that is crazy.
One of the first times, I think it was Raz was streaming one of the episodes. Yeah, and I think it may be Jake in the chat right now. Jake and Bake. It was Jake somebody. I think they were like, "Oh, you should check out this guy, OPMarked. You guys should rate him," or something. So like, okay, cool, like whatever. So we like went to a stream, like looked at him, like, okay, yeah, let's rate him. And he had like, you had like less than 20 viewers at the time, I think. And that was probably about a year ago, because I think I've been subbed to you for like 11 or 12 months now. So it's probably right around then. And yeah, that was pretty crazy to see how far you've come now in this amount of time.
Yeah, no, it's been to say the least life changing. I mean, obviously before I was streaming on Twitch, I was, I'm still in school right now, so I was doing part-time bill collecting, which isn't really the most fun thing to do.
That doesn't sound super fun, no.
It wasn't even like, honestly, I'll be honest, it was actually a pretty good job. They paid me like $18 an hour part-time. I came in and I worked, I think, 24 hours a week or something like that. And like they gave me a 401k and all this stuff. And they eventually would have done student, tuition reimbursement, things like that. So like low key, it was actually like a pretty fire job. But we transferred from like to home, obviously because of COVID and everything. It's a call center, and I ended up just like Warzone came out and it kind of took over, and I would literally, I literally would take calls while working or while playing Call of Duty. So that eventually bit me in the butt, and they're like, "Hey, bud, let's listen to some of your calls. It's like dead air." And I'm just like, "Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Like,
Oh no.
I don't know what happened." So they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna have to let you go." And I was like, all right. Well, I mean, honestly, I could just go on unemployment. Like right now, they're like
Dude.
throwing money away. Like they're like
Yep.
throwing money at people. So like I
Mhm.
just took advantage of that for a little bit. You know, I could actually have streamed then while, you know, being on unemployment, because obviously I wasn't making anything from Twitch. So once it became time, I hopped off that though, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's a funny story.
that is wild. That's what made me go like full time too, was COVID. Like I was going into the office every day in that whole routine. I was working full time and not making as much money as you were.
What were you doing?
I worked at a like third party record retrieval, like legal office. Super boring. So we would generate subpoenas. We would serve them.
Okay.
We would also like subpoena medical records from doctors. Super just typical
Paperwork.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah, just typical office shit. And then once COVID happened, my brother, who was working he was working at a gym actually, and then he just like there was no gyms, and his gym went under, as many did. And then he starts getting unemployment. He goes on unemployment. He's making more than I am, and I'm working 40 hours a week, and I'm like, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck. So I quit. I didn't get fired. And then I was like, let me see if I can get on unemployment. That's not how it works. So I couldn't.
Yep.
I was like, fuck, dude. But because I'm a child and live with my parents, it's been working out. Although a lot of millennials are.
I mean,
you know?
I live with my parents. They don't have an issue with it, but
that's how
I mean, I'm getting to the point where I'm hoping that like Twitch can be like this long-term thing. Obviously, with the way the Warzone's going, you never know. Like Twitch is going to be you never know. It's never a guaranteed paycheck.
Yeah.
So that's like the scariest thing about it. But I think that like, as far as myself, I've set up kind of like a solid base that would follow me to watch, you know, whatever it might be. I hope. But I don't know, you know, like obviously right now with Warzone being the biggest like thing out right now, like you've got to take advantage of it. So that's just what I'm trying to do.
That's the smart thing to do. And, you know, earlier you're talking about how we were kind of shouting you out when you had like fewer viewers or whatever. Let's be clear, guys. He would have done it anyway. The skills speak for themselves. You have like the most wins on Earth in Warzone. Is that correct?
Yeah, if we're not counting, you know, Brown Magician and COD.com or whatever, the 12 to the 15 other accounts up there, technically,
the ones with 15 trillion wins.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they're for sure better than you. They have a lot of wins.
I'll catch them someday. It'll just take a couple of decades.
It'll take a while.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me how long those guys have been on there, and they haven't just taken them off of that list or something.
So they had a couple in like season 1 or 2, like OG season 1 or 2, and they removed them, but then like eventually I guess they just stopped caring. I don't know. It seems like the most simple thing to remove, and it's just like a slap in the face, like I'm actively doing this, what are you gonna do almost?
Exactly.
Yeah,
it does seem very simple to do. It makes me furious they don't just delete them.
I fucking hate this company for so many reasons. And, you know, I'm sure we'll get into some of them. But, so, yeah, you did start streaming, like, pretty recently. Has it been?
Yeah.
It's been a little over a year, I think.
Yeah, so I think I started April 26th. I want to say I think it was April 26th. So it's been a little bit over a year.
What made you want to start?
It's been insane. I don't really know. I think one of my buddies, Shaded Step, I don't know if you guys know who that is. He's part of the OG, like team. Mm-hmm. And I think one day he just started streaming, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna start streaming with him as well. And you know, we've known each other for over 5-6 years at this point now. We played, you know, console Paladins together. If you guys know what that game is, the game is so dead. It's like I would be surprised if you guys knew what it was.
Paladins is like the Overwatch, like
yeah, it's kind of like an Overwatch like remix, like kind of spin-off. Yeah.
Okay.
But
yeah.
like it was fun. It was fun, and we like legitimately thought we had a shot to like go pro in this game, where it's like they had like 2 LAN events for like $20,000 or something. So at the time we were like, dude, like let's grind, let's, you know, make a team, blah blah blah, this and that. It ended up not working out, like whatever, it's, you know, console. But yeah, we started playing Warzone together. We got, I think before we even met anybody else, we got like 150 wins or something together, and we were talking about it, and we were like, dude, we were looking at the leaderboards every day, and we were like, dude, we're like top 500, like that's nuts. That's out of like everybody who's playing, we're like top 500. And now I look back at it, I'm like, well, now we're freaking I'm 1 and he's like the 3rd, you know. So it's kind of, it's super cool.
That is super cool. You guys were like I would imagine, I don't follow the like, I mean, I played Warzone on and off sort of Tanner and I since it came out, but we didn't follow all the metas super closely toward the beginning. I think we do now. But like I vaguely remember when Warzone first came out, everyone was like running cold-blooded. It's like HDRs.
Thermal HDRs.
In the thermal HDRs. Do you remember your first loadout?
I definitely did that.
Yeah.
I want to say, oh, dude, I don't remember my very first loadout. I remember one that I used always was like, it was so good. It's the M4 and the HDR. The way that we play, especially, like that class was just undefeated.
Yeah, it's weird to us to see, like we kind of like talk about like what guns are good and stuff, but for you and your cohort, I would imagine you guys were the ones in some cases like making the meta. Like you're not going to be the #1 guy without like at least being a significant player in what people realize is super good.
Sure. I don't know if we ever created metas. To be fair, I mean, if I don't know, you guys know the whole team, Yeet, Shaded, you know, Iron, all of them.
Yeah.
I think for the most part, Yeet is like the nerd. Yeet knows the stats on like everything. So it's like, I just listen to Yeet. Yeet will tell me, I think this gun's good, and I'll try it out. And like, if it's good, it's good. If it's bad, I'm like, Yeet, this is shit. Like, what are you doing? Like, come on, you got to give me the good stuff, you know. So I just listen to Yeet for the most part.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Wow, it's just so crazy to think about.
That and JGod, obviously. JGod and True Game Data. Those guys are the pioneers of everyday meta now. So.
Dude, I think I was following JGod a little bit before Warzone even came out. I don't know if I was or not, to be honest. I don't remember. But I do remember, since Warzone came out, holy hell, that guy took off, dude.
Yeah, dude. And dude, I think he started, like, if you go back on his tweets, like his, I think he has it pinned. Hold on. He has his, like, goals for the year. So December 31st, his YouTube channel had 122,000 subscribers, and now he's over 1 million.
Jeez, dude.
Oh my god! I didn't know it was that much growth. Holy.
Yeah.
Warzone's been that way for a lot of people.
7-8 months, and he's got over like 1 million now, which is nuts. But hey, like that guy deserves every single freaking thing that he has, dude. Like, the time that he puts into like his craft is nuts. I couldn't do it. There's no way I could do it.
Him and True Game Data both. They do so much work for this game. It's actually absurd. Hey, it works out great for them that this game is awful and there's always issues with it, so that they can figure these things out, because it works out really well for them, and we love to hear it.
Those two alone have done more testing on this game than any dev team combined.
Oh, I bet
that works for Activision. Like, actually,
I'd put my bank account on that.
100%. 100%. It's
There's
just
no-
so
'cause,
crazy.
like, there's no way that they do like QA and stuff with some of these like patches that go
Amen,
live.
dude.
There's
We-
no
yeah,
way.
we always
There's
say
no
that.
way.
Yep.
Amen.
Not at all.
Yep, we've always said there either isn't a quality assurance department, or if there is, or quality control, whatever, or if there is, they should all be fired.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because every patch is
They
a
put
is a
in-
disaster.
I mean, we've had stim glitch for like 6 times like now. So
It's always
dude.
yes. Dude, it's always the same bugs that come back in the same
Yeah.
way every time. Like
Yeah.
people going invisible, it's always because of the dumb fucking turrets they put on vehicles.
Yeah.
And it's like, how have you guys released this 4 times now and the same bug
I
is
think
happening?
we've talked about it in the past with like me and my buddies that I think that like the CEO's kid is just drawing up plans and like, hey dad, I want turrets on this helicopter. Let's make this happen. Like, and he's just like, well, I'll bring it up to the board meeting, and everyone's like, dude, we love that idea. Like, let's do it.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah,
worst
it actually
ideas
could
ever,
be.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah. If that's true, that kid is also 9 years old max.
Oh
'Cause
yeah,
yeah.
100%.
Just awful ideas. I mean, just crazy. Wow. Yeah. So do you have like a YouTube or a TikTok or anything else? Because I know you were talking about a little earlier how Twitch is, you know, kind of, you never know if you're going to get your next
Yeah,
thing. You never know what's
for
going to
sure.
happen. Have you broadened your...
So I've been doing YouTube for a while now. I don't know. It's just kind of difficult for like I have a TikTok guy now. I have an editor who's amazing at what he does. He's literally like, I don't even know how to put it into work. Like his work is amazing. I'm so lucky to have met this guy because like his edits are disgusting. It's insanity.
What's his
But-
name?
So his Twitter, I think it's like Dmob something. I don't know exactly his Twitter just off
He's
the top
molding
of my
right now.
head. But he might be. But no, he is literally insane. I love that guy. The only thing I wish that like I could do is be able to post more frequently. But I feel like I'm just not like a huge like creative person when it comes to ideas for YouTube.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I do a lot of gameplay stuff, and like the way that he edits it is it's more of like a storytelling, like start off, middle, and you know, story kind of line timeline. But
yeah.
like we're doing pretty good. I mean, I think we have like 6,500 subs right now. Recently there was somebody actually who made a TikTok of us who got like, I think the thing has over 3 million views now.
Jeez.
So it's kind of insane. Yeah, the last like 3 or 4 days we've gotten over 600 subs on YouTube. And I've been trying, like I've seen that and I'm like, okay, I got to post a video every 2 days or something like that. So right now we have a couple of videos lined up, but yeah, so I do YouTube and I do have TikTok. TikTok, I think we have like 4,000 followers on, but that I feel like TikTok is like a hard like thing. I don't understand it. It's
TikTok's
like one
weird
video
for sure.
like one video will do really, really well,
Yep.
and then the next one will just do just shit, and I don't understand it.
Yeah, TikTok is finicky. We've had the same experience. We have TikToks with, because yeah, we have a TikTok guy, so we have like about one
Yeah.
every day. Some videos will do actually, like Tanner, you could tell us more, like 100 views, and then others will have like 50,000.
Yeah, we have some that are like 75,000, and then literally you'll post one the next day and it'll get 300 views at the most. It is
Yeah.
weird. It is
Yeah,
a very
it's-
weird platform.
It is weird, but I've
All it
heard
really
that-
takes though is like one video, it seems like, to go like viral
Yeah.
and get a bunch of followers.
for sure.
But
I think someone was telling me that YouTube Shorts was like the next like thing now, and I don't know what to believe because like I hear everybody talking about everything, and I'm just like, what the hell? Like, what do I need to do here? Like, which direction do I need to take? Do I need to do them all? Like, oh my, like, gosh.
I think
I feel like I
J-God's
need to do 'em
doing
all.
YouTube Shorts, actually.
Yeah. And like the key is like I feel like some of those guys just take their TikToks and just repost them on YouTube Shorts. It's like
Yep. Even that
the
takes
easiest
time,
thing
though.
to do.
I
Yeah.
think the goal, from what I can tell, with like these really big, really popular streamers like Nick Merckx, for example, he probably posts on all of it, but it's not him. He's got like,
Oh, for sure. No.
he's got like a team. That's what you want to do, because you can't predict. Like, no one knows if it's going to be TikTok or YouTube Shorts or
yeah, for sure,
any other
for sure.
thing, But when you are, up and coming, it's tough, because you're like, yeah, what do I focus my attention on? Because with you too, you're also streaming all the time. You're on demon time, as they say, and your ISP is furious at you for your uploads per month.
Probably.
How many days in a row have you streamed?
So today I did a very short stream, obviously, because I'm doing the whole, Activision Blizzard walkout. I'm supporting them and things like that. So I did like an hour stream playing New World or something. I decided, you know what, I didn't want to end my streak, so I'll do something today. I played a little bit of New World, but I think right now we're at like 399 days at 398.
Oh my
We're
God.
very close to 400. So
Jeez.
I took today as kind of like a little bit of a rest kind of day, but as well as like I didn't want to break the streak. So we did something, but we'll be back probably tomorrow. Yeah, definitely.
How are you liking that New World game? Are you usually into games like that, or?
So I played WoW from the very original, expansion that they put out to Cataclysm. But after they did Mists of Pandaria, I couldn't for some
That's
reason
a long time ago.
It ruined the game for me, at least. So I've always liked MMORPGs, but I think as I've grown older, I don't know if it's my attention span or something, but like I want to like the game. Like it seems pretty cool, but sometimes I feel super bored.
Yeah.
It's such a grindy game. It's just like, oh my gosh.
It's hard to compete with any like FPS in terms of like action things going on.
I think battle royales have kind of stolen me away, because I loved early Fortnite when they didn't just have, I don't even like, I look at that game now and I see people literally driving and
It's awful.
Going on. And then I liked Apex a lot. Me and Shaded played Apex and Fortnite together, but we never had like a third person to play Apex. So we were always trying to find somebody, and it was just not working out the way we wanted it to. So we kind of just stopped playing that as well. And like, it's kind of funny because before Warzone came out, I hadn't played a game in like a year and a half. I just, nothing piqued my interest. I just didn't want to play games. I went to work. I had my schooling, and I just came home and just kind of chilled and, didn't really, not like there was nothing out. It was like maybe season 5 Apex or something like that. And I just didn't really want to play that. And then Shaded goes, oh, hey, there's a new battle royale coming out, and it's a Call of Duty. And I was like, I watched the trailer. I'm like, I don't even know if I really want to play that, man. It looks lame or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he was like, dude, just try it. Come on, it's free to play. And I was like, oh, all right, fine, I'll try it. And then just hooked.
Dude.
Hooked.
How can you imagine an alternate universe where you were like, nah?
Oh yeah. Nah, I'm not gonna play. I gotta work.
Now I'm gonna stick to Apex. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
exactly.
Boy, life's crazy
I think about it all the time, all the freaking time.
Yep.
Do you ever play like PUBG or anything like that?
So I've been on console all the way till like 2016, and I was always talking about, I'm gonna play PUBG, H1, all those kind of games. But I think by the time that I just like swapped from console to PC, like those games were kind of already over. So I never played any of those. No.
Got it. Yeah.
So
H1Z1 was Prime BR.
Call of Duty fan?
No. So I mean, I played like every Call of Duty that didn't involve a jetpack. Like I hated, like I liked Advanced Warfare to a degree, but like all of the jetpacks, CODs, guys in chat can roast me, but I hated them. They were so bad, dude. I love boots on the ground COD. I even traveled for a little bit during Black Ops 2. In my opinion, I think Black Ops 2 is literally the best Call of Duty ever for competitive. Like that game was insanely amazing. But yeah, no, I've loved COD. I've played COD, Halo. Like I'm more of like an FPS, person. So,
what was your favorite map on BO2?
Probably, man. I'm trying to think of
there's a lot of good maps. A lot of good.
What was the one with like the well in the middle with like the statue, and there was like the little broken down. No, okay. So Raid was a good one as well. Raid was probably my number 2, but I can't think of
A well
the
with
first
a
one.
statue.
There was like
Wait, Slums? Talking
Oh,
about Slums?
Slums.
is it Slums? Hold on, let me look this up.
Slums is the one that was in BO4 as well.
Slums is an exceptional choice if that's what we're going for.
Okay, let me.
Slums is like a top 5 COD map easily. Probably
What
top
is
3.
this? This might have been Slum. Yeah, Slums.
Slums.
Because
Okay.
I played when I played competitively, I played Anchor. So that map, there was just amazing anchor points to just hold spawns. Like you literally played in the back, like on the broken wall, and then you'd play in the back on the well, and like that was your 2 like main spots.
Okay.
You literally just fry everybody.
Okay, yeah, Slums fucks. I love that map.
Yeah.
BO2 has so many good maps. Yeah.
Dude, that game in general was just I'm telling you, if like I don't think we would get the same like nostalgia right now if it was remastered, but dude, I loved that game. That game was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, games like
agreed.
that were good back in the day, but you go back now and play them.
Yeah.
That's why it's always weird to me when people want these old remastered games, because they spend all this time remastering it, and you're bored of the game in 2 days because there's no content like how games have now. There's no progression. There's nothing interesting. It's great gunplay, but there's nothing to do, and people just get bored now.
Yeah, for sure. And I think like for me at least, multiplayer type games, I just haven't like. That's why I don't play like Rebirth on Warzone or anything like that. If it's too like team deathmatchy or anything, I can't play it for too long. It bores me.
I know exactly what you mean. The stakes aren't high enough.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I get you. That's what kept Tanner and I away from Rebirth for a long time, because we had people telling us like, "Oh, dude, try Rebirth. It's so fun." And I was like, "Dude, this is too much like." It's like too cheesy. Like it's too like it
You gotta
lacks
respawn
yeah, exactly. It lacks any gratification. However, we started playing it because of frankly because we were tired of dying to an FR556 with iron sights from across the map. Which is of course a code word for cheaters. So
they're doing the thing.
Yeah, they're doing they're gaming as some might say.
They're gamers.
So as someone who has played many of hours of Warzone, more than Tanner and I certainly, would you say that right now is the worst time in terms of cheaters? Really?
Yeah. I mean, yes, 100%.
No question.
100 freaking percent.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even remember season 1 through like whatever, like 4 maybe, like being that bad. Like there were a few, but like, dude, it was never anything like now. Yeah.
It's crazy. I know. Because I know
It's
I've
really
seen
bad.
you have like a cheater class. You'll use like a riot shield, stuns.
Yeah.
Is that
Riot
just your
shield and
first loadout
stuns.
now?
No.
Yeah.
No. So what we'll do is usually if like we see that there's a cheater or something, we'll get like our normal class offer it. But like if we see that there's like another cheater, like we're gonna just be like, hey, we gotta go get a loadout. Like we gotta go get this class, dude, because like we want to beat this guy,
Yeah.
And if you're able to get that loadout, how often are you able to like kill a cheater?
Pretty often actually. I mean, like the only time we'll ever really die is if it's like a blatant like I'm using an iron sight Car 98 that's from across some map. Like I think it was a week ago. I got no scoped off the train by a guy like top summit. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's so dumb.
Yeah. I was like, oh my freaking god, like that's insane.
I remember the first time, pretty recently, I saw the fun and exciting, relatively new at the time cheat, where you don't even have to ADS anymore.
Yeah.
And just some dude just hip fired at like his feet with like a sniper, and I'm dead. Like, wait, what?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Yeah, it's kind of insane to me, like the coding that like people can do. Like to make that work is ridiculous. Like you're literally shooting at nothing, getting hit. Like that is insane to me.
Yeah, someone explained it to me. Like basically, what they're doing is when they fire the gun, they like send a different packet to the server. Like, all right, the bullet went at the ground in reality, but I'm going to alter that packet to say the bullet actually went to your face.
That's actually insane.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's just so crazy. The lack of anti-cheat is just so absurd. And then
Well,
they
so
have
it's
the
like we kind of have one, but it's like a reactive. It's not. It's
Doesn't stop
basically
anyone.
we'll
It's
get
a
you
report
after the
system.
fact.
Yeah.
Like yeah,
Yeah,
it's stupid.
it's
We
really
need a
dumb.
proactive one and not a reactive one.
I completely
But
agree. Yeah,
We'll never get one. Like
yeah,
it's not gonna happen.
no chance. It would have happened by now. Like if
Everyone
it was
holding
possible.
out for one, like they would have had to rebuild the game from the like. It would have had to be built into the game.
Exactly.
So to say, like, I see everyone, we need an anti-cheat. We're not getting one. We are not getting one.
Yeah.
Do you think the cheating situation will get worse as this game continues?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. At this point, I hope so, because I would need to see like literally people God mode Superman flying across the map, just them like nuking everything. Like to hopefully see them make a change or even try and start like, dude. I mean, there needs to be like daily ban waves. Like I don't see how it's that difficult. Like we do 50,000 every like 3 months. Like that is so ridiculous to me.
Yeah,
They've got to be understaffed or something. It's got to be some kind of situation like that. Like it's hard for me to believe that the people who created the game don't want to see the game flourish. I just feel like they're being held back by something. There's got to be something like that. I don't know.
yeah.
I'm hoping that would be it, other than just pure blind ignorance to the fact that their game is being ravaged by these cheaters.
Our working theory is that Activision is the bad guy here. Like the dev teams, I'm sure, like you said, they don't want to see cheaters in their game and everything.
Yeah.
But Activision holds the purse, and they're just like,
For sure.
we're not, it's going to cost money or for whatever crazy reasons they have. But that's what happens when you have a free-to-play BR with no anti-cheat.
Sure.
It's like, of course you're going to see this kind of crazy disaster. Do you think we're going to get a new Warzone for COD 2021, or just a new map, or neither?
So I think I've heard from a couple of people that we're going to get a new map, but it'll still be on the same engine right now as Modern Warfare, same Warzone launcher. It's just going to be a new map, I think, is what I've heard. I'm not sure if that's confirmed or anything like that, but that's just what I've been hearing from a couple of different people.
Yeah. Yeah, we've heard that too, and I'm really hoping that's not true, because if it is, then we'll still have this insane cheater problem for like another year at least,
For sure. I think like, and my like kind of thing is that like, obviously I don't want like the casual player to just get absolutely stomped on by these cheaters and stuff like that, but like at the same time, I hope that there's like that it does get really bad, because like custom lobbies need to start becoming like the wave for competitive. Like
100%.
it's too like the factors that go into like a kill race or time kill race, things like that. Like for one, it's already like RNG enough, but then to factor in having to restart because of dev errors, cheaters, stream stuff, like things like that is like, I'm still surprised that we have so many kill races that we do now. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, they're it's kind of dumb, because like you get to the end of a kill race tournament and then you just see all over Twitter people are like, oh, like the team that won, look at their lobbies compared to this team that got this place, like their lobbies were 0.25 KD higher the whole entire day. So then it's like,
for sure,
everyone's just talking about that, and it's just, I mean, like, let's be clear. I'm never going to drop 60 kills in a game ever, even if it's a 0.20
I probably
KD
won't
lobby.
either.
Yeah, so it's like these guys are fantastic either way. So it's like, put everyone in a custom lobby and have them battle it out with the rest of the best players in the world.
Yeah, for sure.
How have those been going? How many custom lobby tournaments have you done? Because I think I saw like, were you in the first custom lobby Twitch Rivals?
Yeah, so
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, we were in the first Twitch Rivals. We were in the second Twitch Rivals, and I think there's only been 3. We were in the last one as well, but we were also in World Series of Warzone, which was the biggest custom to date. So, yeah. So the first Twitch Rivals was me, Iron, and Yeet. We got 3rd place there, but guess what? Everybody was kind of sus of the 2nd place team. Comes out a couple months later that one of the guys on their team was actually cheating. So, we probably would have been 2nd.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we were 3rd on that one. I say 2nd technically. But so we were we're third on that one. The next one, it was me, Devious, and Yeet. I think we got 6th place on that, and we were like the top like 6 were like a couple of points in between, so it was like devastating. We were so close to like not necessarily winning it, but like being top 3 or something like that. World Series of Warzone was me, Iceman, Isaac, and Devious again, and we got 6 on that one again, like 5 or 6 points from being top 3. It was like it's so close in that like top like 6.
It's tough. Yeah.
And then the last rivals, we didn't do too good. We did like top 25 or something like that. We just didn't really have. It was weird because we noticed like people were playing a certain way in like the first couple of custom lobbies, and then this last one they were just playing so weird. Like we would be in really good spots, and no one would just be rotating to us, so we wouldn't be getting any kills off rotations. It was weird. Everyone was playing it so weird. But yeah, so we got like top 25 in that one. So.
There's still going to be more World Series of Warzone events, though, right?
Yeah, so they're going to be doing. I think it's happened. They're going to be doing an EU trios. They're going to be doing an EU duos and then an NA duos, which will be very interesting to see how that plays out because I've never seen a duos tournament. I'd imagine it's going to be very chaotic.
Yeah,
I think the next thing is August 3rd. Yeah. I think it's next Tuesday is the EU trios tournament.
One.
Yeah. These I hope, and I'm curious for your opinion on this. I hope that first of all, Warzone and the future of Warzone. So for whatever happens in the future, Warzone's going to be like a staple of Call of Duty, the franchise now. It's been way too successful for them for that not to be the case. And so I'm hoping that they have something as big as like the CDL for Warzone, and it looks like that could be World Series of Warzone.
Yeah, so there was like rumors going around a while ago that they were looking at doing like 16 CDL teams or something like that for Warzone. Like these were like just rumors, so I'm not too sure if that's even like really a thing, but definitely seeing like Activision hosting the World Series of like Warzone is like a step in the right direction. At 100%. Least we see that they acknowledge these custom lobbies as potentially being something huge.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're going in the right direction. The thing that I don't like, and like people might not agree with me, is that there's so many mini royale tournaments right now that like I personally am not liking that. I don't like that there's so many of them. There have been like 10 of them now.
Mini Royale fucking sucks, dude. Yeah.
It is the worst thing ever. I do not like it. I don't enjoy it at all.
Especially in a competitive environment, because like Tanner and I do like for our patrons every once in a while, patreon.com/dropshot, we do like our own little custom Warzone lobbies or whatever.
Gotcha.
And we've done Mini Royale, and even with just average Joes, it fucking sucks, dude. Like it's way too small off rip. You get your loadout in like 10 seconds.
Or you don't ever get your loadout.
Or you don't ever, because it's super RNG because of how small the zone is. It's awful. And if there were actually just a bunch of demons in that lobby, I feel like it would be so luck-based.
Yeah, no, it is. That's the thing that I just like. Obviously, like BRs to an extent having like an RNG luck like system that you're working against. But like Mini Royale, I feel like really expedites that, like what you see as far as like luck, like RNG stuff. Like, because if you like, I'm sure you could study it, and like, I mean, I've put in a little bit of time of looking at Mini Royale, things like that. You get, you know, your loadout at 3 minutes 13 seconds in the first zone, whatever, and then it like usually does such a hard rotate away from just anyone that like that's just literally pure luck. If they're like making rotation in those kind of lobbies are just. It's impossible.
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, we started. We did what Mini Royale in our custom. Like what 6+ months ago was the first time we did it. A long time ago.
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden, like recently, I think it was TP's tournament. I think was the first one I saw at least, which was like a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
and it was like a Mini Royale tournament. And I remember even telling Raz, I was like, dude. Why are they playing Mini Royale for money? Have these guys never played it before? It is awful.
Yeah.
And I keep seeing it. I saw there was like one yesterday or something, I'm pretty sure. I'm like, dude, what are these guys? They're not having fun. There's no way they're having fun.
They're having a lot of these tournaments, and like they're like lower end tournaments. Not necessarily lower end, like obviously like $10,000 is still a lot of freaking money, but like they're having a bunch of these little pop-up ones and stuff like that, and it's just like I really hope that does not take seed like into what people want, because that I hate Mini Royale.
I would imagine most like actual competitors like yourself agree with you.
I mean, some, but like not a lot. We don't have a lot of like, we don't have a lot like you like. We don't have a lot of influence over tournaments and things like that as far as us. Like maybe like the Mutexes and Aidens and, you know, Tommies and all of them. Like to most of these guys who play this game and their communities, like we are just the recon like rat campers. You know what I mean? Like, so a lot of them are still like, let's just do kill races. You know, like I don't know. I guess we haven't proven ourselves in the luck VPN server races, you know, like
True.
So
True.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I usually like to let the custom lobbies talk for themselves, but
amen.
you know,
Yeah,
it is what it is.
yeah. Like Tanner was saying, dude. Yeah, we talked about some fucking story recently. There was another kill race tournament, and then some guy got some other guy from like Slovenia or some shit who was in this fucking weird time, like weird area, where they let that guy host. Oh, big coincidence, by the way. And then of course they win the tournament. And it's like, well, yeah, you're in Somali servers.
I think it was Russia. I think it was like Russia at like 3 a.m. or something.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, oh, and then you look at the analytics, and of course they had the lowest average KD lobbies, and then they won. No surprise. If you get a bunch of demons on a team, and they compete in two different separate public lobbies, it's literally almost always going to be whichever team got the worst lobby.
Yeah, for sure.
Because everyone in that tournament is going to be good enough to stomp every 0.6 lobby there is. So then it's not even about who the better player is. It's about who gets the better lobbies. Because you're all good enough to kill through a bad lobby, you know?
Yeah. And I mean, like, there have been like clips and stuff like that where like I like literally see people just like they just look at them. Like they're just like AI, it feels like. They're just robots put in this dead server that like nobody's in, man. I swear to you, there's just a bot skin just running around looking just left, right. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, keep walking. Like, it's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. I know. Yeah. Yeah, Tanner and I agree with you. And like the whole kill race thing, like when Warzone first came out and that was the big competitive kind of community driven tournament thing going on, it was exciting a year and a half ago, but we're done. Let's move on.
Yeah.
It's not exciting anymore. Like, even from a viewer perspective, Tanner and I aren't competitors. We're shit. But as viewers, it's like, okay, the kill races were cool, but like before we knew what COVID-19 was, this is done now. This is done. It's not exciting to watch anymore. I know that Huskers can dunk on some 12-year-old who's like playing with TV speakers. Like, it's not interesting for me to watch him do that.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. It's just not interesting for me to watch that anymore. It was, but that time has come and gone. And now it's like World Series of Warzone is super fun to watch. It's super interesting.
I loved it. I would love to play in a custom lobby every single day against the best of the best, dude. I mean, that's like realistically how you're going to get better at this game. Like, you're not going to get better. Like, sure, like you can get better by playing, you know, random bots and put yourself in really bad situations, but like I just think that like playing against the best of the best would showcase who the actual best is. Not like, I don't know, it's just the COD community, you know, it's just the Call of Duty community. It's been quite a community, to say the least.
It's been a community.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah,
definitely.
When you were in the World Series of Warzone, did you have any moments where, so I picture myself being in that turn. I don't, but if I was 5,000 times better than I am, and then I was in the World Series of Warzone, I imagine myself, if I were in that position, being super nervous going against like streamers that I like to watch. You know, like, dude, this is like, oh, fucking, I've been a tier 3 sub to this guy for 3 years. I can't imagine like shooting at him. Like I would just freak myself out. Did you experience anything similar to that? Any starstruck moments?
To be fair, I don't really ever watch Twitch. Like,
Interesting.
I'll tune in to somebody for a couple minutes and then I'll peace out. I don't know. To me,
you stream 10 hours a day too.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so, but like, I don't really ever like. There's no like true people on Twitch that I like. Oh my god, I've got to watch this guy like when I'm offline or whatever. Like, I've got to give him my 5 gifted here, there, or whatever. Like, I just to me, I just stream. I do my thing. Like, if somebody's on, let's say Tommy or Aiden or something like that, I'll go in there for like a couple minutes and then like I get bored and I leave. I don't know. Like, it's not that they're not entertaining. I don't know. I don't really like to watch people. I'd rather just play. Like,
yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. And watching Twitch isn't for everyone. I think there's really something to this. When you're a really, 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 really good player, there's probably not much for you on Twitch. What is the guy who has the most wins on Earth in Warzone gonna learn on Twitch? Probably not much. Meanwhile, me, 1.5 KD asshole Andy, I have a lot to learn. So watching Twitch is like interesting to me, and like I learn a lot of things. Bud.
Yeah, for sure.
But like for you, I totally get it. I don't
know if it's really that I'm like you make a very valid point. Like, I don't necessarily go onto Twitch to learn things. But like at the same time, I don't know. I'd like to be entertained. I just don't think anybody does that for me personally.
Yeah, that's fair too. And if you with as much as you stream and play Warzone, that's probably like once you're done with a 10-hour stream, it's like all right. I've had enough. I've died to 90 cheaters today. I've had enough Warzone. I don't need to watch it either.
Probably.
I think there's I totally get that.
Yeah, I'm that same way, and it's like I'm very grateful for people that want to watch us because I'm like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That people want to watch you for hours, but then for me, there's not a whole lot of people I can watch for that long. Like, there are people out there that I can, but like most of the big streamers and stuff, I'm that same way. I tune in for a few minutes, see them get a few nutty kills. I'm like, damn, this guy's good, and then I'm gone.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So in these custom tournaments, because like. The first Twitch Rivals, I know, was scored differently than the World Series of Warzone was. Yeah. With the kill multiplier placement thing. In my opinion, the World Series of Warzone scoring is really good. I really like how placement gives you a multiplier, because I think this incentivizes both winning, but also getting some kills. Because I remember watching the first Twitch Rivals, and it was... What I remember, you played in it. I'm sure you can tell me if I'm wrong, but from what I remember, it was like nothing going on, and then last circle, it was just a biblical apocalyptic event.
It's like 40 people last circle.
Yeah, and then it's like getting to the last circle definitely took skill and like and all that, and positioning and awareness, and there were gunfights before then, obviously. But once you were in the last circle, I felt like whoever won in the final circle wasn't necessarily the best team, because you were literally getting third and fourth partied. And I was like, that's unfortunate. And I don't know that this showcases like whoever wins this format is the best team, because they might have the best team might have gotten fourth partied, like actually fourth partied. Yeah, that's what I remember. What do you think of that?
So I originally was a big advocate for just straight up placement points, and 1 kill is 1 point.
Okay.
As we've gone on, I've kind of grown accustomed to the whole multiplier, things like that. I think the World Series of Warzone didn't do it properly. I think that they needed to have different like kind of tables for the multiplier, not first place gets 2x, second through all the way to 16th gets 1.5, because like at that point it's like you might as well just send everything and just try and get top 16, because if you're not going to get top 16, like I mean, like if you're planning on winning, like that's good, that's 2x, but you could get second place and it wouldn't matter because you already have the multiplier from the top 16. So I think what we've been seeing is a couple of different people trying out different, like formats. And I think that the second Twitch Rivals did it the right way. And I think the third one did it that way as well, where they did first place is 2x, second through fifth is 1.5, 6th through 10th is 1.3, 11th through 15th 1.1,
Okay.
16th plus 1x or whatever. But what I think I would like to see is that multiplier, structure. But like honestly, I think I'd love to see a little bit of placement points thrown in there as well. Like, let's say you get first, let's give you like 5 placement points or something. Second through this 3, whatever. Like, however that may go. I think that there needs to be a combination, because at first, like, we were like hoping that this would be like an actual BR, and that's just not going to be the point, like ever. Like, it's going to be a Call of Duty.
Yeah.
So at first we were like, yeah, we just want, placement points, this, that. But after the first Rivals, everyone was just, oh, it's too slow. It's whatever. It's like, we need to see action because we're Call of Duty players. Let's change it up. So the second one they did, we really liked the multiplier. Like, we find ourselves getting, like, the way that we play is we kind of just get to know like where the end game is, and then we'll get rotate kills from there. Like, it's going to be very easy to snipe somebody from 500 meters away. We don't even really have to get in like a whole lot of true gunfights. But like, I don't know. It's just like the combination, I think, is going to be like the key part. I think
That's
like the
a good
multiplier
point.
is good.
Yeah.
But like World Series of Warzone, I hope that they're going to change it going forward, but they may not. But it definitely needs to be broken down into more tiers, other than just first and then second through 16th. Like, it's too, like, it doesn't even matter if you get second. Like, it really doesn't. Like, you could get 16th with 30 kills and
Yeah.
second with 15, and like that team still gets more points than you.
That's a fair point. That's a fair
There's
point.
because when we had looked at this, we're not playing in it. We don't play competitively, obviously.
Sure.
Yeah.
So like from us, we were thinking like, oh, this is great. Like, we were liking the scoring format that they were doing compared to the old ones. But now that you're explaining it this way, this makes a ton of sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like your way that you're explaining now a lot better, for sure.
I think it's just like the most fair, because like, I mean, like, it's just stupid to think that like Aiden and them literally didn't place in the top like 5 ever and like won the tournament. Like, just because like they were able to just go and slay out and then get
That
top
is
15
crazy.
or whatever.
Wait, is
and, like,
that what
that's all
happened? Really?
Yeah, I don't think that they got top 5 ever in the World Series one.
Oh my, I did not realize that. Whoa.
That's
That's not right.
Wrong.
That's the same
That's
thing
not
as-
right at all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
that's
something
so
wrong there.
that's
not
the same
adding up.
thing that happened with, I don't remember how the charity custom lobby was ran, but Huskers team won 3 of the 5 or 6 games that were played, and they didn't even win either. Like, it's just insane to me that
Wow.
like this battle royale is just so like not
Yeah.
a battle royale, because it's a Call of Duty,
Yeah, because the Call of Duty community, as you alluded to, yeah. It's hard because ostensibly the purpose of a BR is to be the last team like standing, right? So like in my mind, if you wanted to stay super true to a BR, then it would literally be only placement. Kills wouldn't matter at all, actually.
And that's where like we were like talking about, like obviously originally we really wanted that to be the format, because like most of the people that I play with have come from a battle royale like background. Like Dimas is in chat right now. He's played a lot of PUBG. So like to him, like placement points is everything, because he's played PUBG, all these other like, BRs where it's like literally it doesn't, like, nothing matters other than winning the game, like, or getting as high of, placement that you can get. But like, this being a Call of Duty, like we keep talking about, it's just like, I don't think we'll literally never get that kind of format and that kind of support to treat this like an actual battle royale.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's definitely true. But also, if it was only placement points, I feel like it's so tough for me to, because, and again, you would know better, but like, I imagine if there's a custom lobby and there's money on the line, and everyone's a demon in the lobby, and it's only placement points, then everyone is going to be fighting each other inside of like 200 square meters. And then that wouldn't be an indication of skill really either, of BR skill, because you're getting 4th, 5th, 6th partied. So it's like, how do you make a scoring system that is structured in such a way that the best team at Battle Royales wins? And I don't know if just placement points would do that because of the third partying at the end.
I mean, yeah, it definitely, like, I can see where, like, you were definitely coming from. Just thinking about it, like, I wouldn't really know, like, the best format to show like that either. Mm-hmm. I would only say that, like, if you were to ever go and watch like PUBG finals and things like that, like, yeah, if you're decent enough at a battle royale, you're gonna know your positioning and you're gonna be aware of almost everything that's gonna be coming your way. So I think that, like, you know, showcasing your true like battle royale prowess is going to be on your positioning and like rotate skills. Like, it's going to be like, that's going to be what determines whether or not you win or lose. Like, not everything is going to be like there's going to be like 12,000 buildings in endgame where everyone's on every single level. And like, you know, you ever watched my stream? It's like recently, I literally only get circles that end in like a flat surface. It is the worst thing ever. I hate it. I think they whitelisted or blacklisted me for my circles. I truly believe it. It's like so bad. But I think that like, if we were to treat it like a BR, like, that's what would determine who is the best. And like, you would just need to know your positioning, put yourself in the right one. Obviously, like, you're never going to be in the perfect spot every single end game, but it's like how you study the map, how you learn the map, where to go, when to go, you know. I mean, obviously, there's a factor of gun skill as well. If you're going to get holed out, you know,
of course, yeah,
try and get like a sniper down, things like that. You know, then you can work yourself moving off that. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just think, like, you ever go and watch like PUBG and stuff, you'll see like these teams are incredibly insane at just knowing like how to rotate and their positioning.
Yeah, that makes sense. And it, like Devious said in chat, another demon, as you know, obviously, but for anyone watching who doesn't know that. If you're a good team, you can avoid third parties. It all depends on how you rotate end game. That's probably true, and this is why I'm shit. Yeah, because I just didn't. I didn't like. I don't know. I didn't get that. So.
I don't even know where to go when we play. We land somewhere, we get a few kills, we get our loadout, and we're like, where do we go? I don't know. What are we supposed to do right now? I don't know.
Run into circle. That's as much as we do. Yeah.
That's the whole purpose, though. Is like, how do you guys want to play? Do you guys want to, get a couple of kills and then whatever? You really care about winning that much? Do you are you BR and enthusiasts where you got to try and win every game, or are you guys just having a good time, like just playing a game? So yeah, I think at that point it's like, if you don't really think about what you're doing, you're just kind of vibing, then like it doesn't really matter, like obviously. But if you want to win more games, if you want to get, the reps under your belt, so to speak, like, I mean, there's a certain way you can play. And like, I think we've kind of, at least for pubs, obviously, we've kind of like locked down a strategy on how you can like literally win like 70 or 80% of your games. And it doesn't even matter, like, if you're the most insanely mechanically talented player, like if you have positioning and high ground and have the best spot, like more than not, you're going to win those games. You know what I mean?
I agree with you on that point. However, I want to say a lot of people will shit on, as you called them, like recon rats or whatever. Oh, yeah. And these people make me so mad because it's obvious they haven't watched any of you guys play the game. Because Tanner and I went through a phase, as I said, big fans of yours. We tried doing the recon strat.
Yeah, we did.
We were like, oh, okay, whatever. Everyone says this is so easy. Let's find out. Guess what? It's not. We didn't ever win a game.
We won less, I think, yeah.
We won less often. It's not as easy as you think at all to just herp derp, do recon, sit in the final circle, you win.
For sure.
Cap. Not true. We tried it. Also, though, another thing is, it's not like you guys aren't good at like shooting your gun.
Yeah.
I've seen fucking nasty clips where you just look like a kill race chimp as well. The skill for that is there. You're just like, stun this dude, 180 that guy, snipe him, and then like you're back. I think your pinned
Yeah.
tweet is one such clip. Is that correct?
That's what I was gonna say. That
Oh.
one clip to the east of
Yeah.
or west of hospital is insane.
So it's not like
Yeah.
these recon rats, as some people say, don't have gun skill. They're better
Yeah,
than
and
you.
I mean that's something that had like that I do. We still deal with that every day. Like I still deal with that every single day of being called, oh, camper this, you know, you can't compete, whatever. Like whatever. I don't listen to those people. Obviously, they're insignificant, but it's just like it's just the COD community, man. Dude, I wish this game was just not a Call of Duty. Like
Yeah, actually.
like that's the only thing. Like I love the game. I love the game. It's so good. It's probably one of the best games I've honestly ever played. But like it's just the community is so fucking toxic. It's like it's incredible after how many years that this community is so toxic still.
Yeah.
And this is like grown men too. Like it's ridiculous to me that like I will literally play a game and I'll kill somebody and they'll just start screaming into their mics. And it's not a kid. It's just a grown man. Like I can tell, like you can tell that these are grown adults literally furious at this game. And it's just oh my gosh, it's insane.
It's cringe. Yeah.
Yeah, we did an episode one time. What episode was that, Raz? Where we cover? Oh, I think it was like different ways to win in Warzone, right? And
All
it
about
covered
Warzone,
like
part 2,
pushing
I believe. Yeah.
pushing chimps, doing recons, and we said that too. Like, listen, I can understand that doing recons does not look appealing to a lot of people. A lot of people just want to push, get as many kills. I get that, but pretending that it's easy to do is just flat out wrong. Because Raz and I tried it for days. We just got so annoyed because we couldn't do it. Like we tried sitting on the train, we would get shot off of it. We tried.
We didn't have the gun skill. We would get shot off.
Or we would like stay on the train for a few times, and we're like, when do we go get our loadout? I don't know. We'd get off to get our loadout, and we'd be dead running to a buy station. It was always something.
Yeah.
And so that's what we talked about on that episode. It's like, I can get why you think it's boring and don't want to play that way. That's fine, but like, let me tell you, it's not just easy to do. It's not easy. So.
Yeah, and I mean that's just like something that we've just perfected a strategy like over time. Like, yeah, it'd be hard to just say this is what you need to do, go do it, get it done. But like, and I don't know, like that's just the reps part, you know, trying to figure out how it works with your team, with how you guys play around each other, things like that. Like, you know, I mean, I've played with the same people for the last year and a half, so it's like we know, you know, when to bait and switch and do all this and that, and like, you know, I don't know, maybe there's like obviously a skill gap, but like, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's definitely it's definitely not, I'll agree with you. It's not as easy as it looks, but to discredit it as something that is boring, lame, whatever, like just because you want to see people go off and slay the entire lobby, it's like, I'll redirect you to Aiden, man. Like I'm sure he's live, you know, like,
Yeah, exactly.
Another thing that people don't realize about that strat too is that like there are games where you'll like do a bunch of recons and then you'll win with like 3 kills or whatever.
Yeah.
Those games happen. However, there are also games where you do a bunch of recons, you get in your position, and then once everyone has to rotate to you, it is insane. And there's just action nonstop. And I describe it as you are backloading the kills for the end of the game. So instead of getting 1 kill per 5 minutes on average, you're getting 13, 15 kills in the last 2 minutes. And it's just insanity. And I was like, does that sound boring to anyone? Because that sounds really fun to me.
Yeah, it's just shooting fish out of the barrel,
Exactly.
honestly.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the people,
target practicing.
That's the part that people miss out on because, well, they have small attention spans.
Yeah.
And they often just don't make it to that point anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And that is really fun. It's like Tanner and I are kind of overselling how terrible we are. We're not great, but we're whatever. We've done recons before, recon strats before, where we've been set up where we think we should be, which is probably wrong, in the final circle. But we've had this happen where it's like pretty slow. We've done everything we need to do. We've got the boxes. We've got restock, whatever. And then at the end, it's just crazy, and we're having so much fun because we're in the best position.
It is. It's exhilarating.
Yeah. Yep. We're in the best position, and we're just fucking dinking kids up, dude. Blap, blap, blap. It's super fun.
Yeah.
And people
I get
just
asked
miss out
all
on
the
that.
time, like, does it ever get boring, or does it ever get like, because I wouldn't say a lot of the times. I've been put in a lot of situations where it's me versus an entire enemy team, and I have to
You sure have,
try and clutch it or whatever. And everyone always asks me, well, don't you get nervous and don't you get, whatever? And I'm just like, I don't. Like, I just, like, I've been put in that scenario so many times that it's just like, it's just second nature at a certain point, like you get so many reps under your belt that it's just another one, it's just another 1v2, 1v3, 1v4, whatever it might be. But yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, obviously, like, that's the COD community. That's the attention span that we're talking about. That's just how Call of Duty is. If you're not running and gunning, you're a camper. It's simple as that.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate because, like, honestly, this is, and I'll say it again, this is literally probably one of the best BRs I've ever played. And, like, I would love for it to eventually get a ranked mode, anti-cheat, which will never happen, obviously. All this other stuff that would, like, make it super hyper competitive. But it's just like, I don't know, man. Like, I can only hope.
Yeah, I think you said it best, because if this was a game like PUBG or something, people wouldn't be saying like, "Oh, these guys are just campers." It's just that's just the way you play the game. But because it's COD, that's what they refer to them as.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about every once in a while that, like, man, like, if this wasn't a COD and it was like the same exact game, like, and it's not like a real, like, an ego-y thing, but we would probably be like the top players in the entire game. That would be millions of views and whatever and stuff like that.
Question.
You know what I mean?
Like how they were in PUBG. Yeah, no question. I totally
and it's funny
agree
to think
with that.
about, but it's just like obviously, like, we're doing very well. Like, I would have never expected to be where I am a year and 3 months ago or whatever. So it's just like, I don't know. I think about it, but I at the same time don't think about it, because, like, I mean, we're doing well, and I'm very fortunate to be in the position that we are. And complaining about these things, might seem like a little bit of a, first world problems and stuff like that. But, I don't know. I love the game so much. It's really, like, I love the game. It's so good. But it's just, I don't know. I wish this company would put some more care into it. Yeah.
Yeah. The thing about, like, if this were a different game, you guys would be bigger. 100% agree with you for all the reasons you listed. But also, dude, like, the reality is, when there's a new BR that comes out, maybe it's Warzone 2, maybe it's not, that tickles your fancy, you're going to have, like you said, that community that supports you, follow you there, and you're going to have the skills to back it up. And it's going to be fun, It's going to be fun for you, it's going to be fun for your viewers, and it's going to be fun for the people who are fans of that game who don't know who you are yet. And then they find you and they're like, "Oh my God, this guy's cracked." There's a couple 100,000 followers,
Yeah.
So.
I mean, like I said, I think we've built a solid foundation for, wherever we decide to go next. Obviously, I don't think Warzone's going anywhere for the next 6 to maybe a year. Like, Battlefield will be fun, but I mean, Battlefield's going to be fun for like a week.
Totally agree.
Dude, every time
right now, man.
Every time when people are like, Battlefield and Halo are gonna kill Warzone, it's like,
there's
no, Warzone's gonna end up killing
like,
Warzone. It's like they're
not going to do anything until somebody threatens them, and they're not going to be threatened by another multiplayer game. It's just as simple as that. I mean, you can hear me, like, complaining about the cheaters, all this Activision response time to bugs, things like that, but, like, I love the game. It's still so incredibly good. It's just, it's so unfortunate that it's literally plagued, Like, I still play it regardless of if I die to a cheater. If I die to a cheater, I'm just like, oh, well, another game. I'll requeue, whatever. I enjoy the game so much that I'll put up with that stuff. But no, nothing is coming out in the relative future. Like, I don't think PUBG 2 is coming out, or like Battlefield really messed up by not doing a BR, or if they're even going to do a BR. Like, Halo's missing out on an opportunity to do a BR. Like, all these companies are really messing up by not trying to do a BR, but I see why they wouldn't. Like, obviously Halo's never done something like that. Battlefield did something, last time they did it, it didn't really go so well. I think everyone like hated that game or whatever, but I don't know. They're missing out on a huge market, I think.
I don't even believe that there's not going to be a Battlefield BR. I simply don't believe it. I know that they said there isn't going to be one. I don't think EA is dumb enough to just pass on oodles of money.
Oh yeah, no, they're not going to do one off a release. Should I have said? I think that they will do one, but it's going to be later in the future. I don't know.
Yeah.
Tom Henderson was talking about that one game mode. What's the other game mode called? Like Hazard
Portal?
Zone or something? Hazard Zone is supposedly like their version of a BR or something that he said is going to change over time, or I don't know. Who knows? It's also a leak. Who knows if it's true? We'll see.
Yeah, I also think that like I'm reading chat right now, White Ren, yeah, it's like totally correct. Like Warzone is definitely, I think, changed Battle Royale for the future. Like I don't think we're gonna, I mean, unless PUBG 2 decides that they want to stick to their roots, like I guess he said it got canceled, but whether or not they decide to do theirs later or whatever, like I think that the respawn feature and like things like that are gonna be like the new staple in battle royales, just because
one thing I've said about Warzone, I mean, it's been super successful for a couple obvious reasons. An obvious one is free to play, another obvious one is crossplay. One of the less obvious reasons that I think it has been super successful is loadouts. And the fact that you can make loadouts, that's like so much content for content creators. Go ahead.
I also think a big one that you might have in the back of your head is COVID. COVID sent everybody home.
That's also true.
And it came out like right around the same time that COVID kind of happened. And it's free to play and it's a Call of Duty. And I think that's probably one of the main components as to why it's been as big as it has.
Yeah. No question. It was like a perfect storm, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot of shit going for it. Yeah. COVID definitely had to have been one of them.
Yeah.
But, earlier you were talking about cheaters, and to get back to that, your World Series of Warzone teammate Iceman Isaac recently switched from keyboard and mouse to controller.
He did, yeah.
Have you considered that switch?
Never.
What are your thoughts on using a controller in Warzone?
I mean, there's a couple of features that I think are just broken, but like, I mean, PC is super unfair. Obviously, it's got the advantage. I don't think anybody could realistically tell you that controller is overpowered to keyboard and mouse, and they will beat you every single time or whatever. But I think there's a couple of features that are broken with it. I think whenever you get stunned and whenever you try and melee, like those are the most broken like things ever. Because if I have 1600 DPI and I have an 8 in-game sense and I get stunned, it's like I'm playing on a 1 in-game with a 1 DPI. It's absolutely ridiculous. I can't. If you get stunned as a PC, you are literally dead. Like you just put your stuff down. Like you're dead. Yeah, you can't move.
Yeah, 100%.
I see TP had a tweet yesterday where he was aiming at a wall and getting aim assist and quite literally through the wall.
Yep. Sure was.
I mean, that's another thing, but I don't think that controller is overpowered or whatever. Like, obviously they need something to be able to compete.
Definitely.
Like, if you've ever tried to use a controller without aim assist, you're not doing anything. You're literally not. You won't be able to land a single bullet.
True.
So like, like I come from a controller background. Like I said, I played console till like 2016 or whatever. Made the switch to PC. I love PC. I think the like raw mechanical skill you kind of get out of it is much more satisfying than using a controller. But that's my personal opinion. But yeah, no, I don't think they're broken or anything like that. There's just a couple of scenarios in which they are broken, but overall, they like obviously need aim assist.
Yeah. Tanner and I are of the opinion that, of course, you need aim assist on controller to compete.
Yeah,
that's totally true. But the consensus that I see, and I agree with, is that when you're like inside 10 meters, those close range gunfights, that's when aim assist is real tough to beat if you're on keyboard and mouse.
Yeah, for sure. It definitely is more advantageous to use it for close range than long range. Yeah, but I don't know. It's kind of, I don't know. I don't really ever think about it like too much in regards to that. Like, I think that, yeah, okay. So I mentioned stuns, melee, aim assist through walls. And another big thing that I hate having to deal with is playing somebody who's on controller with a pistol. That is the only, I don't know why. Like, I don't know if it's the iron sights. I don't know if it's the iron sights with the pistols or just trash, or if it's just like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
It is the worst thing to have to deal with. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
Bro, I said this. We did a rebirth stream. We did a rebirth stream yesterday, actually, because we're sick of the cheaters. We were playing rebirth, and I said that exact same thing. It's like I started shooting at some guy. I somehow lose him in the iron sights. I don't know where he is at. I think he like drop shotted me or something. I couldn't do anything about it. Missed all my shots. And I just start like yelling and I'm running away. I'm like, dude, I don't even know why I bother trying. I miss every shot and they hit every single shot. Like I ended up just running away from the guy and I just let him shoot me in the back because there was nothing I could do. I'm like, I can't win this gunfight. It's just absurd. Yeah.
It's tough. It's ridiculous. I don't know. I don't know if it's like the new pistols iron sights or like just every pistol in general where the iron sight feels so ridiculously small to me. It's like, I don't know. It's rough to use a pistol. That's for sure.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to go pee.
It's like the only gun that I think that it's like that difficult to fight against.
Yeah, it's the worst by far.
If you could change, let's move on. 3 things about Warzone besides the cheaters, obviously, what would they be? If you can't think of 3, that's fine, but...
Okay, so I've got a couple.
Okay.
So first, I would say, and I don't know how often people go through it, but I would like to see maps like circles, should I say, like not be 50% out of the zone. Like I would love for that to not be a thing because I don't know. Whenever I get one, like I honestly just debate about just leaving the game. I don't want to play on a circle that requires me to be in a Bertha for 30 minutes and just roll over the last guy or something like that. But that's one thing I would say that I would love, like for the entire map to be in, and then first circle would, close or whatever. And then it would show like, inside of the map where it would be. I don't want any percent of the map to be out. Second thing, I would say more map like design changes. The new map is cool. It was cool for a couple of weeks, but like, I mean, it's really not a whole lot has changed.
No.
Like I like Summit. I never obviously get Summit circles because the game doesn't like me. But yeah, like I like the addition of Summit. I like some of the changes they made, like to like Array is cool, whatever. Stadium I hate. I despise that place now.
What don't you like about Stadium?
It's just all open. It's literally all just it's basically a flat terrain. It's just, I mean, you've got like the little tunnels in there, but it's like if it ends there, it is the worst place to play. That's 2. 3.
Okay, that makes interesting. Okay.
3 would probably be
real quick before you say that. It's interesting how every zone in this game you talk about. I don't even know if you do this. Every area of this map you talk about, your first thought is, how will it be if the game ends here?
Yep.
And because I'm trash, I'm just like, oh, how is it to land there? Because I don't make it to the end game very often. But your brain is just always operating in like, okay, how is this area in terms of what if this is the last area?
Yeah.
That's so funny. I never think of an area that way, almost ever.
Yeah.
I'm in
constant like
end game.
I'm in constant just like, what am I gonna do here? Where am I gonna play?
Funny.
What's the best spot? Like,
always thinking ahead.
Just built different, dude. Just built different.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I just like, it's like something about this BR that's just woken me up or something. Like I never, like even in Fortnite and like Apex, like obviously I'd play a little bit more strategic, but it's like there wasn't anything like Warzone like format or like whatever's in Warzone that was in Apex or whatever. Like sure, like we had like Pathfinder with the little thing that you could find the next zone, but we never did that. Like we would just kind of run around. But yeah, I don't know. Like this is kind of like turned me on to like the just whole BR like aspect, even though we don't really play it like, I mean, we play it like the BR, should I say. We don't play into the hands of like what the community wants really. Or should I say like a vast majority of like what the community would like, how we would want to play. But I don't know.
Yeah.
It's interesting to kind of just like do little like, scenarios and just, because like we play so much that it's like eventually we're going to get something to end stadium,
Yeah. No, it makes perfect sense.
Whatever.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. It was just an interest. It was just funny for me to notice.
I got you.
I think I cut you off though. What else would you change?
You gave me some time to think. I don't really have a third.
Oh, that's fine. No worries.
Gosh, I don't know.
Do you like the loadout system?
Oh, I love it.
Best thing about Warzone.
Yeah, it's amazing. Oh, okay, I would change ground loot. I hate primarily only Cold War ground loot. Like I don't know. I don't want to get it. Like everything I pick up is a DMR.
It's all Cold War ground loot right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
It has been. There's a lot of RPGs right now, I've noticed too. Maybe that's just Rebirth, but dude, there are a lot of RPGs on the ground right
I always find literally 3,000 DMRs, and I hate it.
Yeah.
It.
No attachment, iron sight, DMR. Yikes, dude. Yikes.
That or just like maybe like a variation of better Cold War guns. Like I don't know. I find so many DMRs. It's so stupid.
How do you feel about the map in general? Because you seem to, and again, I think this is probably because you're always thinking about the end game because you make it there so often. But when I think about Verdansk versus like PUBG, as you've talked about a little bit, I really liked how PUBG's map. I didn't play any PUBG, but I watched streams of it, and Tanner's played a lot of it, and from what he says and from what I've seen, PUBG is like not many buildings, but there's still a lot of cover.
Yeah.
So like there's rocks, like big boulders or trees that you can take cover from. But the difference between a big tree and like a building is that a tree can act as cover from like, one direction.
Sure.
Whereas a building can be 360 degrees of cover.
Yeah.
And I really like that about PUBG, but go ahead. Sorry.
No, I didn't mean to cut you off in your question, but
you're good.
I don't know. I never really played PUBG too much, but just from the experience I have in Warzone, I would 100% always love to play somewhere that has a building. That may be just because of how we play or whatnot, but like I despise the hills around just everywhere. Like I don't like that. I don't know. I hate those kind of zones. I hate them. I just feel like they're so like RNG
because you can just get run up on from behind and then you're kind of screwed. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah. Yeah.
I like those open fields better, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan.
I don't know why, but I just do.
I think that's probably why we are losers, Tanner.
Well, it's probably just because we're dumb, and so it's like we just run by a building that's in final circle, and we're like, oh, I don't want to go in the building, and there's somebody already in there, and then they just kill us, and we're dead, and our game's
Devious
over.
With a great point.
PUBG
that's
gonna be my
sound,
third.
So if you play
that's
a dip, it's hard to get run up on. Yeah.
That's gonna be my third and fourth point now. It's gonna be the audio in this game. It's atrociously awful. Thank you for reminding me. I can't tell if someone is above me, below me, behind me, or in front of me.
Or I just anywhere at all.
Yeah. No, okay. That's interesting. More recently, for some reason, I feel like I've been getting ran up on and there will be no audio. And I'll be like, okay, surely this guy has dead silence. And I look at the kill cam and there's no dead silence. I'm so confused. I feel like the game is broken. Obviously, it's broken, but
yeah,
I had that happen again yesterday too. Like a few times, and I was just yelling at the top of my lungs. I'm like, bro, this guy ran up on me. I never heard him. What headset do you use, by the way?
I have the A40s, the TR editions, but I use the Go XLR mix amp, just obviously. I use boost low in game, and like sometimes it's awesome, but like sometimes there's literally nothing.
Yeah.
There is
I don't know.
The audio in this game is shit, and you can't really fix it. However, I use something called DTSX for headphones. If you're on PC, you should at least give it a try. It's like $20 and you have it for life. It's like a Windows setting, and it makes the spatial audio like better in Call of Duty.
Interesting.
Does it make it acceptable for a AAA dev team? Of course not. However, it does seem to help. I would suggest you guys at least look into it, especially like you and Devious, who were like competing and shit. You guys should give it a try for, you know, a couple streams, and worst case scenario, you lost $20. I'll reimburse you. But you should try it. It doesn't solve the problem, but it's better. But the audio
I'll take a look into it.
Yeah. The audio is dog shit in this game, though.
Yeah,
and dead silence is cringe as well.
I'm actually very curious. I don't get the thinking of it. I really don't. So like somebody said something funny to me the other day in chat, and because I was talking about, well, like, why do we do like stopping power nerf, like where we don't drop it as often, but then keep dead silence in at the same
completely
percent or whatever, but while we're taking out stopping power and we're taking out deployable covers, and you know the odds of getting a munitions armor recon drone is so low, like dead silence is I feel like it's like at least 60 or 70% chance to get it, like from if you open a box and there ends up being a field upgrade or whatever.
A field upgrade, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
All the time.
Always.
Like, it's ridiculous. Like, I think everybody that I kill literally has a dead silence on them. It's insane.
Dude, I know. That we have I'm positive this has happened to you, but Tanner and I landed school one time.
Yeah.
And we all, in quads, 4 of us had a dead silence. There were 5 more on the map within 50 meters.
Train is always full of them as well.
Train station as well. Yeah.
Train station full of them. Yeah.
Squad W.
Yeah.
There's like at least 8 there every time.
That's interesting. Yeah, I don't understand the thinking behind it. Maybe that's where I bring up, somebody said something funny where they said, well, maybe they want dead silence just to mask that their audio is shit. And I'm just like, well, I mean, yeah, that makes sense, maybe.
That actually does make sense,
yeah.
That solves a lot of the issues from our sound department for sure. They don't have to do as many changes, yeah.
It's so crazy, yeah. I always wonder when Activision makes all of these terrible, terrible decisions and doubles and triples down on them. I always wonder, it's like, do they not play the game?
Surely
do they not
don't
care? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Or is there some like hidden agenda, some secret conspiracy? I just don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I actually don't know.
Hat real quick.
Yeah,
No, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah.
It's all about selling their bundles.
They only care if the store is working. Preach.
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
man.
$3 million a day in microtransactions. They don't give a fuck about.
And
dead
like, you
silence.
got to think about it too. Like, we are like such a small percentage of what this actual like Warzone player base is. It's just like, sure, like we may be like some of the bigger voices in it, but like that doesn't matter. If Mutex is streaming or Aiden is streaming and they have 15,000 people, and like 100 of those people are gonna buy something a day, like it literally doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like half of the people that play this game probably don't even watch Twitch or know who Aiden is.
Exactly.
So it's like what is it going to matter to them if they buy something or if they don't? Like,
and that's the same issue with the cheaters too. We've had some people in our chat bring that up recently. Some guy told us the other day, he's like, dude, I'm below 1.0 KD. I see usually about 1 cheater every 8 hours, but like I watch you guys and I know it's bad, but like I just don't run into them because of skill-based matchmaking. I don't see them. So it kind of goes hand in hand there, where it's like the average person getting off work and playing this game on their 65-inch 4K TV aren't going to run into cheaters. So they're having fun.
Yeah.
They're doing fine.
Yep.
So.
They're buying Mastercraft bundles and all that shit.
Yeah, they're in the protected lobbies down there with the 0.4 and 0.3s and they're just vibing. They're having a good time and they don't really
they're
care.
chilling. Yeah, they're they're throwing a few back. They're hanging out. Yeah.
And God bless them that they can have fun playing a video game.
For sure.
I miss what that's like. I reminisce about times when I had fun playing a game. I don't remember anymore, frankly. But yeah, good, genuinely good for them.
Definitely.
For sure. How'd you get
I think
so
the
good
only
at Warzone?
time.
Oh no, go ahead.
Oh.
Go ahead before I.
I was just gonna say, I think the only time that I'm like having an insane blast of a time is when I'm playing custom lobbies with other really good people. I think that's like, pubs are fun and all, and it's like whatever, but like I think that the time when I truly get focused and just am having the time of my life is when I'm competing with the best of the best. You know, it's just such a exhilarating, like adrenaline rush kind of stuff. So
yeah, it must feel. What was your favorite moment in World Series of Warzone? Unless this is going to get you in trouble.
No.
Okay.
No.
Because what I'm a child, so I would be like, oh, when I fucking killed Huskers and mag dumped him, that was my favorite part. That's what I would say if I was good in World Series. But
nothing like that happened in that tournament.
Yeah.
I don't know. My favorite moment is probably when Devious clutched up to get us like the win in one of the games. That probably would be my favorite moment.
Was that by Summit?
It was like down the hill, kind of by like the train tracks where those like couple of buildings are near ATC.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's like where the warehouse is, and like the yellow house, and like there's the buy station that's usually right there in the garage.
I wasn't able to watch all of it, but I watched a lot of it. I don't know who I'm thinking of, but okay.
You're good.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was a 3v2 situation against Super Evan and I think Repulse.
Ooh.
And at the time, Super Evan had like 16 kills or some shit like that, and like, dude, that guy is a beast. That guy
went off that tournament.
Basically, I'll round up because it's like Super Evan, whatever. He got like 50 freaking kills the entire tournament, which is nuts.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was me, Devious, Iceman Isaac against Super Evan and Repulse. Iceman Isaac goes around the back of the house, tries to flank, gets killed, whatever. And then it's a 2v2. We're basically waiting for gas to rotate or whatever. They both hop out of a window. I down one, and I think I cracked the other one or something. And it's Super Evan and Devious 1v1. He's just watching the cross, and you know, obviously Super Evan has to run out because gas, and he kills him, and like we're just all freaking out, you know. So that's probably my favorite moment of the tournament for sure.
You seem like a very team-oriented player. You like the pronoun "we" a lot.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I fuck with my boys, you know?
Yeah.
Well, according to one of your boys, Devious, you owe him $6,000. That's what he's saying in chat. So, I mean,
well, I think it was 6,000 in-game dollars, maybe.
Yeah, sure.
But I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that would have been the difference from our placement points would have put us. Okay, so we had a game that ends on the Summit Bridge.
Okay, yeah.
We have the game that ends on the Summit Bridge. This isn't my fault, though.
Summit Bridge. Okay, yeah.
This isn't my fault. We all had a brain.
It's the game's fault. It's the game's fault.
Yeah, okay.
Wait, so you guys were on top Summit Bridge, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
we're on top Summit.
Yeah, okay.
And we get one pool that pulls a little bit further down the bridge. We're still in. And then we get another pool where it's just straight off. And it's like, well, shit. I mean, like, what are we going to do? Like, you know, and we're all just like, oh, we got to try and shoot these guys from above, whatever, get an angle. And we were just so focused and tunnel visioned on trying to get these last two kills that it's like gas is now pushing us. We got to jump off, and it's just 1, 2, 3. We're all dead. Like, you know what? What else are you gonna expect from that?
You guys
kind of
got a down too on someone behind a pillar, right?
I don't.
Or was
I
it
don't
a
remember.
crack?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it was just two. Oh, you know what? No, I think I might have cracked the guy with like my sniper or something, but I don't know.
Yeah, Devious is saying it.
It was rough.
This is what I was remembering. I was watching because I was like, "Fuck, you guys are in an unfortunate position." Because what I was thinking in my head actually was like, "Okay, if I'm OPMarked's team in a pub lobby, I'm thrilled about this because I'm just gonna fucking YOLO off and just land and fuck these guys." But in a lobby with just everyone's insane, it's gonna be rough parachuting anywhere. You know.
Yeah, and that's unfortunately what ended up happening.
Yeah.
We're forced off. They were looking up. It's not much we could have done.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's all hindsight stuff. So like we, obviously moments after, oh dude, we should have went off the back or whatever. Or I'm thinking to myself, oh my gosh, there's a Bertha over at Fire where I could have gas played, grabbed the Bertha, and drove off. And like it's just so tunnel vision, hindsight, just what if type things. So
And your heart was also probably beating 3,000 beats per minute. You're just like, fuck, dude.
yeah,
what do we
and
do?
so the funny thing is that we actually, so in World Series of Warzone, we got 6th place overall, but we had 3 second places and a win in that tournament.
That's just crazy.
And it's like if we would have won any of the games, I think we would have been like top 3 or something. Because I think it was only like a 10-point differential from where we were to like top 3 or even top 2.
Yeah, and that speaks to your point earlier about how tournaments
About
should
the
be
format.
scored. Yeah, exactly.
Because that one was literally 1st and then 2nd through 16th, and it's just like super unlucky that it was formatted like that. Because honestly, if we had that format like that where it was broken down into the tiers, I honestly think we would have gotten either 2nd or won it.
Yeah,
but I haven't done the math on that, and I don't really care to. But I think we probably would have either gotten 2nd or we actually would have won it. But that's all what if stuff, Not going to worry about what if we had a different format or whatever.
That's the healthy
Nothing you
approach
can
for
do.
sure. I mean, you guys still did obviously super fucking well. God, that was, dude. Yeah,
we've
that's
been
it was one of the ones
really consistent in all of our custom lobbies. I mean, the last Twitch Rivals we kind of didn't really do too well, but I think it's also because we kind of, I don't know, our last 2 games we kind of just were like YOLO, whatever. But we've been like really consistent in getting like top 2 of custom lobbies. Like we will get into endgame basically every game.
Yeah, and that's gonna, no matter what, that's good. It's good. It's good to be in as long as you can, obviously.
For sure.
How has it been? Iceman Isaac like picked you up, right?
Yeah, so he had hit us up to play in World Series. He obviously has a duo, Breadman, where him and they're boys. So I think it was Breadman who had committed to a different team. So Isaac was kind of like, oh well, I got to pick up 2 people, and he kind of knows us and how we play, and that we're pretty consistent in custom lobbies. So he said, hey, you guys want to come team up, whatever. Breadman's going with a different team or whatever. So we were like, yeah, sure, why not? Let's run some games and see what happens. And I think it is a really good trio. I unfortunately, like, Iceman Isaac is an amazing player. He's super smart. He's a really cool dude. But I really want like captain spots because me and Dimas have played with our 3rd Yeet for a very long time, for over a year and a half. We have all the chemistry and synergy in the world, and I think that team would actually do very well in like all of these custom tournaments, just because of the chemistry and stuff we have. But like we don't get like captain invites, so
well.
Yeah. Why should you get a captain slot? You only have the most wins in the world.
Yeah.
How crazy. Yeah.
Why?
Crazy. Yeah.
Why should you get it?
We gotta pump up our cloud a little bit.
Yeah, I
Get the
guess
cloud
so.
up, yeah. Well, Activision, of course, typical Activision not knowing what they're doing. Yeah, I think you're on the right trajectory to have enough clout to back up or to complement your obvious accolades and skill. You deserve that spot.
I hope so. I mean, obviously, like, I try not to look at it too much, and like, obviously, we have our analytics and stuff we can look after every stream and whatnot. And I study that kind of stuff, but I don't try and take it to heart too much, obviously, because other days are gonna be better than other days. But like, yeah, I mean, that's like the hope. We hope that we're gonna have more viewers tomorrow. We hope we're gonna have all this other stuff, but it's like day by day. So.
Yeah, 100%.
We're doing well for streaming for a year and like 4 months or a year and a half or whatever.
Yeah. I've been streaming for 8. So yeah, you're doing very well in my book. Yeah,
you were streaming on Twitch before it was Twitch, Raz. Yeah.
Justin TV.
Justin TV. Yeah.
What a time to be alive.
What a time to be almost 30. Yeah. How old are you, by the way?
I just turned 25 in June.
Okay, nice, dude.
So,
happy belated birthday.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I think you're going to ask me something before we steered off somewhere. I don't know if you still have that question in mind. I think it
Oh
was
yeah,
something
no,
actually.
I got it. Yeah, I got it all written down. How did you get so good at Warzone?
Oh, okay, yeah,
Like,
yeah, that's
so-
interesting.
So let me hold on. Let me also say. So like you were talking about how you had played other BRs. Were you as good in those BRs relative to other players as you are at Warzone relative to other players?
So I think like, and like I'll say it again, I really kind of only played like Fortnite for a couple seasons until it started getting really just weird. And then I only played Apex for, like I said, yeah, like probably like 1 or 2 seasons. I think it was just a lack of content from Apex, because like after that first season, they had dropped their battle pass or whatever, and like it was the worst thing ever. Like there was nothing in that battle pass that made the game even like like grindable. Like I didn't even want to play the game really. So like I played those games a little bit, and I would like to think that I was okay. But like Fortnite now is just like I don't know if I'd be able to do all the building and stuff like that. I'm mean, like maybe after like a long time of practicing it, maybe. I think I picked up on Warzone so quickly just because I've played Call of Duty so much. I think like all the time that I put into, you know, obviously COD 4 all the way to, you know, Advanced Warfare, all those kind of ones, like it translates how people are going to play Warzone, because at the end of the day, it is still a Call of Duty. Like you're going to be able to read people based off of what you think that they're going to be able to do. So it's like in little scenarios where it's 1v1s or whatever, like you can kind of tell how people play, because like I don't think the general playstyle of Call of Duty has ever like really changed over the course of time. Maybe with like the jetpacks and the maneuverability of that, but like boots on the ground COD is just like, I feel to me like I can read people very easily and what they're gonna do. So I think that like skill wise kind of just translates.
Interesting.
I don't like, and I always tell my chat, like my first game of the day is on stream. Like I don't do any aim trainers, I don't do any warm up, I don't do anything like that. So I just hop on and I play, and I don't want to, like, I hate always sounding like this, but I don't want to like make it seem egotistical or anything. I just think that like I am naturally talented at like FPS shooters and stuff like that. Like like first person stuff.
Yeah, no, that totally makes sense. I've come to the same. I've talked to a number of really good, like keyboard and mouse FPS players, and I've come to the same conclusion. We talked to the gaming definition. He's insane. Raiden PC, he's insane. And yeah, I've kind of come to the same conclusion. Some people are just they're just like naturally, they're just super talented.
They're just better.
But it's still interesting that you're saying your COD background translated really well to doing well in Warzone, because on the surface at least, being really good at COD multiplayer wouldn't necessarily translate to being like the best Warzone
for sure
player of all time.
Yeah,
but in your case,
I think
it did.
A lot of like the maybe like S&D kind of stuff would translate into like 1v1 at like gunfights and stuff like that, just because obviously you have to play your life super well. I played a lot of like hardpoint, capture the flag, S&D, stuff like that when I would compete. So I think that that's probably where like most of it would come from, is like S&D. Like, okay, I tagged this guy, what is like what's his flight or fight like response gonna be, like things like that.
And and you just develop those patterns.
And like a lot of people really play the same. Like it's like over time, obviously, once you play something like for a long time, like you just kind of pick up on how most of the players will play. Like that's why sometimes like somebody will do something crazy, and I'll be like, wait, why did you just challenge that? Like, what do you do? Like, and there's like little variations like that happen, and I'm just like, why that? Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you like challenging that when you clearly should have ran? But it worked out. Like, you know, like it's just, I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah.
One thing in Warzone, one pattern that I've noticed, don't capitalize on because I'm not good, but I've noticed is that if I get first shots in Warzone on somebody and they have a rose skin and they get behind a wall, I'm going to continue firing because I know they're going to re-challenge. Because if you have a rose skin, you're an above average player probably, and above average players are going to repeak the shit that like you wouldn't expect them to. Whereas if they have like, you know, whatever, any other skin, it's like, okay, well, I can reload now. That guy's probably not repeaking. He's probably plating up. Or whatever. Yeah. But I think, I think there are many patterns similar to that you have definitely picked up on, and they're just instinct now. And a lot of it's probably subconscious too. You don't even know why you're making a decision, but it's just pattern recognition. Yeah. You know? Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, I guess if you played a lot of Search, that would definitely translate more, because it's like a no respawn game mode. Yeah. And Warzone's like sort of
higher stakes again. Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I played a lot of Call of Duty 4, you know, World at War, like, you know, Black Ops 2, you know, every Call of Duty that came out that would follow that, you know, same pattern of boots on the ground, you know, next COD, next year, whatever. Like, I played all of that, and then like it was around the time where the jetpacks became more prevalent, where it was just like, I don't know, this game is just, I don't like it. Yeah, like Advanced Warfare, I jumped on for a little bit, and like it was cool. I was good at it.
Jetpacked on.
I don't really mess with it. It just, I don't know. It felt annoying. It felt annoying going from like boots on the ground, and then like, and this is like in Advanced Warfare. Let's say you were just running around the map or whatever, and then someone just skyrockets 100 meters ahead of you, like in front of you, and it's like, what the hell?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Is there anything you wanted to talk about? Use this platform to do? Because again, we've done a couple interviews with like you know, some pretty big names, big streamers, and one such was, again, the Gaming Definition. He was like, yeah, it was cool to talk to you guys because I get to talk about shit that is just not going to come up in the course of like a gameplay stream. So is there anything in that vein, maybe, or anything at all, that you would kind of maybe want to address, talk about, get into?
Man, that's a good question.
And if there isn't anything, that's totally fine.
Maybe like the intricacies of, I mean, like we started talking about it, but like the intricacies of like how Twitch operates and like YouTube and how it's all connected, dude, and
I would love to,
and that kind of stuff, because like I don't know anything about that. Like a year and a half ago was never prepared to be streaming in front of, you know,
you got catapulted
500 to 1,000, you know, whatever it might be. And like, I also think it's kind of important to touch on like how people consider streamers to be this ideal image of what like gamers should be. And it's like, we're just people, like, as well as you know, like I feel like a lot of like chat doesn't actually understand that. Like I've got a whole other life outside of when I stream. You know, I've got school and family and friends and all this other stuff that, you know, you guys don't see behind the scenes. But like, I don't know, there's a bunch of like criticism that goes on in chat sometimes, and it's like, you know, we may not react the best way to certain things, and it might just be like an off day or whatever. So I mean, there's a couple of things. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I totally get you. There is a very weird parasocial kind of phenomenon on Twitch, and a lot of it is kind of maybe what you were hinting at, was like, for lack of a better phrasing, people think they know you, and it's like, it's like, hey, listen, you sort of know me, kind of, but not exactly. Like, you don't know me in the same way like my brother does, or my parents do, or like, you know, whatever, my friends in real life do. It's like, you don't like, and some people will, I don't know. I totally get what you're saying though. And a lot of criticism is just like weird, unwarranted, uninformed.
Yeah.
You know,
for sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It is odd.
I just find it interesting. I find it very interesting that like I don't know, like it's just like grown adults too. It's just I don't know. It's just weird sometimes. I don't know if I'll ever get it. Like for people in like chat or something like that to, you know.
Yeah, when I see people like, so you know, like we have a community here, and everyone, by and large, everyone who listens to our podcast is an alcoholic, and that's fine. We fuck around a lot. People make jokes, whatever.
Yeah.
That's totally cool. But there are people who will have like legitimate kind of grievances or like insults, and most of the time, almost every time, it's like this insult is so unfounded that it's actually like funny. It's like you don't like people just saying shit that is just not true and then like expecting you to get all butthurt about it, and it's like, dude, you're just wrong about this.
Yeah, it has no merit.
Like, oh, this is why your mom like left you and your dad. So someone could say that in chat, right? Meanwhile, my mom's downstairs.
Yeah.
And she bought me cookies yesterday. It's like, this is just like, what are you trying to do?
Yeah.
Because I'm a child, which we've talked about. Yeah. But it's very weird. I agree. It almost never really gets to me because it's always just so clearly ignorant.
My biggest thing,
it's annoying, but go ahead, Tanner.
My biggest thing usually is when people that like, you know, they're like average gamers, they don't stream or anything. They think like it's easy just streaming all day and being a streamer in general. Cause like that is not, dude, especially to stream like you 400 days in a row. That is mentally not easy. That is a very difficult thing to do. And it's like people think it's easy just because you're not doing like physical labor. You're not swinging a hammer, that your job is just easy and stupid. You're like, oh, you play video games all day. But I don't think they realize how like mentally exhausting that could be after a long time. It gets like that is rough. And I think people don't like give it enough credit. Now, I'm not saying like swinging a hammer is easy. No, I'm just saying like there's differences between the things, and let's not act like going live 8 hours a day for 400 days in a row is easy to do. It's not.
Yeah, there have been a lot of days where I've been on the cusp of, I don't know, maybe I'll break the streak today, or maybe I won't stream today because nobody's on, and I know that if nobody's on, then I'm going to have to play solos, and it's like, dude, solos are the most annoying thing ever.
True.
And it can become frustrating, and then it's like, well, then damn, maybe somebody's gonna say something in like a sarcastic way over chat, which I will never be able to identify the sarcasm in text, and I'll react a different way than I normally would or whatever. But yeah, no, I mean it's been like I don't know, like 400 days. I haven't really thought about it too much. Like I just kind of get up and stream and play a game I like and talk to some people that I enjoy, and like there's been a lot of like over the last probably I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 months, a lot more criticism than normal, obviously because of a situation that happened with an old teammate or whatever, an old friend, and like with a much larger audience. So it's there's been a lot of more toxicity and stuff like that that's come through, and it's like something that I just like now I don't even think about. But that original like 2-month thing, I still get questions about it to this day, and it's just such an unnecessary thing. It's just it's oh man, it's taxing after a while for sure.
And people will like judge without knowing the whole story.
Oh yeah, that's the whole thing about the the situation, that it was like an intent assumption thing. But
but it's like you've had literally 500 different people come into your chat in the last few months and ask you the same exact question. It's like that gets annoying answering that same thing over and over again. Definitely. Or having to like ignore it or do whatever.
And I'm not the person who likes to like ignore it, so I'll just, hey, we got a command for it, whatever, like go check that out, like whatever.
There
like,
we go. I'm
you know
not
what
talking
I mean?
about it again. Yeah, just read it.
Yeah. And because it's like if I bring it up, then it's gonna be something that everyone is gonna get involved in, and it's just bringing it up.
Yeah, that's a
constantly,
shit
and-
situation. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
I don't know. As time has progressed, it's definitely gotten a little bit better, but it's definitely still there. But yeah, no, I don't know. I love where I'm at. I'm so fortunate to be where I'm at. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. Nobody prepared me to take on this kind of, and I don't want to say publicity because it's like, at the end of the day, I guess I'm still a relatively smaller streamer that, part of this big Twitch world. But yeah, there's definitely been like a limelight that has been cast, and it's like I was never prepared to try and like, I don't know how to, say it, project myself as this perfect person like over the internet. Like I remember my first couple of months streaming, I didn't even want to put a camera on because like I am super self-conscious and socially awkward like in real life, and like I don't know. So it's been kind of like an outlet for me as well to kind of stream. So
Yeah,
it's definitely had its
sense.
positives and it's definitely had some of its negatives.
Yeah, for sure. The drama shit is the most annoying, especially as like gamer bros. Like, I'm totally with you. Like, I'm a different person here than I am at some fucking party.
Yeah.
Well, you don't go to parties. You don't leave your house.
Well, in the past I've been forced to, and I haven't been happy about
about
it.
2 years ago, yeah.
Longer than that.
Yeah, I'm there with you. I'll be the one. I'll be the one holding the wall up, dude.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And like, especially when there's fucking drama, it's like, dude, I am a gamer. I'm not Keemstar.
Yeah,
I don't want to do this.
Deal with it.
Yikes. And then like sometimes it happens to you,
Oh yeah.
Things just happen, and then there's not enough information, and then there's rumors and all this fucking dog shit that you don't even want to deal with. But then it's like, do I ignore it? I don't know. Do I say something about it? Because then there's an LSF thread now, and it's like, I don't know what's going on. It's a disaster. It sucks. I know.
It's a lot of like 50-50 decisions, I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like you don't even know what the right play is.
If I acknowledge it, well then, I might be the bad guy, and if I don't acknowledge it, well then people are gonna say, "What are you hiding?" Like there's always gonna be there's always gonna be a negative to a decision that you're going to make, and like that's where I'm like I was never prepared to kind of take on this kind of. I don't want to say it's a burden, but it's like at the same time, it's like I
responsibility.
Feel
maybe.
like I feel like I have a responsibility to be somewhat of like a role model in the community that I've been trying to build. Because like I've had people message me that have been like, hey dude, like, this past year has been super fucking rough. And like your streams have been like a shining light through this year. And I'm like, dude, that's like, I'm still in college, and I used to literally call people for money over the phone. So it's like now that I'm hearing this, it's just like that is such a huge thing for me. It's insane.
Yeah.
Just to be able to hear that, like, hey, like you've helped me survive this year or whatever. It's like Jesus, that's huge.
It happens
That's
for
monumental.
you so fast too.
Yeah, definitely.
That must be wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. Because I went from like, I don't know, averaging one viewer myself, 3, 5, 10, 50, 100, 250, it's been like exponential. And like it's quite literally been exponential. And like a part of me wants that to continue on and to keep, they're flourishing and thriving and, whatever. But like, dude, I don't know. It's been tough. It's been tough to try and do all of it, Like I want to do YouTube. I want to grind out YouTube because I know I know YouTube is like the way to make a sustainable, like long-term living off of content creation.
That ad revenue is nuts, dude. Yeah. You should you might be familiar with these people already. I've said this so many times. There are 2 people on YouTube you should subscribe to. Number 1, Alpha Gaming, also known as Harris Heller.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So Stream Beats is how like a lot of people know him, but he
Yeah.
he does like a ton of like growing your stream content and shit. But another one who's maybe more focused on the YouTube side and like the Twitch versus YouTube kind of differences and shit is Devin Nash.
I've heard of the name. Definitely, I've heard of the name.
I found Devin Nash because he and Alpha Gaming, Harris Heller, have done some shit together. And as soon as he did like a collab with Devin Nash, I saw it and I was like, I love this Devin guy. Followed him, and he is a genius, dude. He's like super analytical. He knows every stat about everything related to Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Mixer, which is dead now, like everything. He's super smart about stuff like this. I strongly recommend everyone who's trying to get into streaming to subscribe to both of them on YouTube. Watch all their videos. You'll learn so much. But a YouTube presence for you would be really, I think, really good. Because when you talk about like TikTok, for example, or like Instagram clips, reels, whatever, it's like that stuff, like more content online is always good. It's always better to have more than less. However, one thing with YouTube, it's owned by Google. It is not going anywhere.
Oh no.
Even Twitch, like Twitch might go under pretty soon, especially with how poorly it's run. Twitch is not a good company. It's trash. It's the Activision of live streaming services. I'm on Twitch. I love Twitch, but it's not well run at all. The rules are arbitrary, capriciously enforced at best. And there's been a lot of fucking weird goings on behind the scenes at this trash establishment because Amazon just doesn't care about Twitch.
Yeah.
And not to mention the revenue split is fucking awful. There's no ad revenue to speak of whatsoever.
No.
It's
maybe if you were to run like a ridiculous amount of them, like every stream, maybe, but that would just kill your channel.
Exactly.
It would. And if you ran the same amount of ads to the same amount of viewers on YouTube, you would make 20x the money that you would have made on Twitch.
For sure.
So my thing to you would be like, if anything you should go to, I would say YouTube should be your first place because you can always also live stream on YouTube.
Yeah, I've been trying to do YouTube. I try and post once a week, but I know that that's too small. That's not frequent enough to really hit the algorithm hard. But like I don't know, it's kind of it's tough because like at the same time I feel like I produce a lot of content, obviously with streaming every day for like 8 hours.
Definitely.
But like some of the games I feel like just aren't that eventful to be able to be uploaded, or sometimes I feel like there's not enough content in that day to really make a video about it. I am trying to do something right now where it's like going to be a series of like inside the mind kind of thing. Where like I'll break down like a game that I have where I know every circle or whatever and do that. So I'm going to try and do like something like that, make it like a series. First one I'm going to do is a solo video, obviously, because there's a lot of people who like solos because they don't have anybody to play with.
Because they have no friends,
So I'm going to try, like, I want to try and maybe do like solo, duo, trio, quads, and then make it a however many part series in that. And I'm thinking that hopefully that will do really good. I think that the wave on YouTube for like Warzone and stuff like that is like educational content. I feel like gameplay stuff is just not going to win everybody over. Like,
I can picture it now. The title: #1 most Warzone wins in the world player. All caps, right? That's all caps. And then there's a little dash, and it says inside the mind. How the best player on Earth in Warzone actually, link in the description to my stats, rotates into final circle. Oh, dude, numbers. And like you could be like fire off a little tweet, maybe at Iceman Isaac. How does this compare to your pinwheel rotation, Isaac? Maybe he'll retweet you. Maybe you'll just get a fuck ton of clicks. Maybe J God will retweet you.
That's also another thing that I thought was interesting, and like how Twitch operates, like, and it's super unfortunate, but how Twitch operates and how you grow if you are primarily only doing Twitch. And I even feel like if you're like small and you're doing YouTube and like it's gonna take you years to do that grind. I hate, but I also like kind of understand it as to why Twitch is a purely who you know market.
Yeah,
100%.
Because
agreed.
if you're not playing with anyone with insane viewers, and if you're not getting hosted and rated by, you know, even people who just have more viewers than you, I've always tried to be as honest with that as possible and say that obviously our growth has been super exponential because of those things, but it might have happened a couple of years from now with how my channel is.
Yeah.
Because if you're not, you know, generating the eyes on your channel, it's just not gonna happen. It's just so saturated that there's at least a million other people trying to do what you're doing.
Yeah. And the Twitch algorithm, there's another reason Twitch is terrible. I said the Twitch algorithm, I misspoke. Twitch doesn't have an algorithm. It just sorts highest to lowest viewers. Oh, yeah, they have the recommend. Yeah. And they recommend the 10 most like viewed channels in that category. It's so dumb.
It's like train wrecks every time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you see that it feeds you all the streamers. Yeah. Whereas YouTube, and this is something I learned from Devin Nash, if you're a new YouTube account, it'll actually push your videos harder than it would push a normal account because it wants to test whether your videos are good or not.
Yeah.
And if they're good and you have no subs, you need help from the algorithm. And Google knows that. And then they like push that shit out there. And the algorithm's really, really good on YouTube. And if any of you have ever used YouTube before and let the autoplay run and still been having fun and watching every video for 4 hours, then you know the algorithm works because it's serving you recommended videos and you've liked every single one.
Yeah.
Twitch does not have that kind of horsepower.
YouTube is great.
YouTube's fantastic, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, microchip me. I love YouTube. Yeah. So that's another reason like YouTube's just better than Twitch. Twitch is just lacking so many tools.
Recently, because of that TikTok that this guy had made, I've been noticing an insane growth on YouTube. Like, I mean, insane to me, obviously, because like I've gotten, I think it's like 600 subs in the past 3 days or something. And like the last video I put up yesterday has like 1.5K views. And the couple of days before that is like 3K views.
Nice.
So I'm trying to take advantage of this TikTok, dude. You know what I mean? Like this is like, I've got to ride that wave to bigger and better.
Yeah, what was that TikTok? Because I came across it and I saw your comment on it. What was the video of though? I forgot.
Dude.
Okay, so the guy's TikTok is Elmer's Nut, and
okay, cool,
Okay.
Awesome.
And so the TikTok he made, it's got like 3 million views on it or something right now. Let me see.
Oh, that video. Yeah. Okay. Yep.
It's got 3.3
Is it 10 shots to guess the Warzone player?
Yep. Yeah.
Yes.
It's got 3.3 million views right now. And he actually just pinned my comment on there, so it should be like the first one, I think.
Oh yeah, yep.
But
Elmer's
yeah, no,
shout out to Elmer.
I can only assume that that's what it's from. I also did something with Bobby Poff the other day where he had been challenged by the two-time, I shall not really say his name for you guys' sake.
But
but
it would be.
he got challenged by him, and Bobby Poff had to get like 25 kills in the next 3 games or something like that on Warzone. And like I had 6 kills with like 7,000 damage or something because I was literally feeding Bob. And I think Bobby showed me a little bit of love on his YouTube, but I think that primarily the reason why I'm getting so many subs on YouTube is because of this guy's TikTok with having as many views as it does. Like,
3 point. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's a lot of views.
That's a number of views. Yeah.
It was funny because I was watching this and I'm like, dude, this sounds like OPMarked. And then that's what the answer ended up being. And then of course all the dumb TikTok kids don't know
yeah.
who you are. All these comments. I thought it was Tfue. I thought it was Cloaksy. I'm like, bro, Tfue probably has 1,000. I mean, Tfue is really good at the game, but he doesn't have 4,000 wins. I know that. But yeah.
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 Somebody called you a random. Yeah, these kids are cringe.
It's so dumb.
These TikTok comments are the worst comments on the internet.
Yeah.
Definitely.
TikTok
I
is
laugh
great
at
for
YouTube
getting
comments too.
Yeah. TikTok's great for getting your content out there. It is awful for any feedback at all. And also it's awful for consuming content because do you use TikTok as a viewer or consumer?
I'm not going to lie to you. I do.
Okay.
I have only recently started actually watching my For You page because I'll be honest, like I've probably gone through quite literally everything on YouTube, everything on Netflix, everything on Hulu, friggin' all that stuff that I'm just like, I scroll through it. I'm like, that doesn't look good. That doesn't look good. Seen that. Maybe I'll rewatch Breaking Bad for the 17th time. But I've actually started to like my main things that I watch is I don't watch Twitch. Like we talked about earlier. I just don't. I don't know what it is. I just don't like it. I don't watch Netflix and stuff like that because I've seen everything or everything seems boring now. I watch YouTube and now I actually watch TikTok. Nothing. It's not even like gaming related on TikTok either. It's just like this dumbest shit ever. It's like I'm literally watching someone get slapped in the face as hard as they can with this like slapping competition or something like that. And I just find it
dude, those are funny.
Entertaining. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. When I'm on TikTok, I see 19-year-olds twerking in bikinis.
Oh yeah, I see a lot
mostly
of that stuff.
And I like, follow, and share all of those.
Like,
videos,
follow, retweet, sub,
post it on my Facebook, but occasionally I'll also find some Warzone related content. It is almost always the worst advice ever. Call of Duty TikTok kids love the phrase silent buff. The kilo got a silent buff.
Yeah.
Hey, no, it didn't. It fucking sucks, dude.
Yeah.
It has an 8 damage drop off that no other gun has. It's terrible. And they'll just make shit up too. They'll actually just make shit up. They'll say the Growl got a silent buff, but this is before Season 4 Reloaded. And it's like, what? No, it didn't. No, it didn't get a silent buff. You're just making things up. It is the worst place to go for Call of Duty advice. But if you're a content creator, it is good for getting your name out there because it can just Elmer's glue.
I've had a couple of TikToks do very well actually. I've had and I don't do TikTok. I don't do it myself. I hired somebody to help me do it, and he's fantastic. He manages a lot of other people's TikToks and stuff like that. But I've had a couple of videos do pretty well. Like I have one that did like 115,000 views, one that did like 100,000 views.
Yeah, that's really
20,000, 14,000. But like a majority of them are well under like a couple of thousand. But yeah, like one's like for 170,000 or something. But like there's like a lot of them that are 1,000, 2,000.
Yeah, isn't that weird? Yeah.
But but I don't know. Like I definitely want to start pouring more time into YouTube just because I'm seeing right now a lot of what I would call success on it. Like the last week I have like on all of my videos have reached like 3,000 views, and like that to me is insane because I normally just get like 1,000 to 2,000. So
yeah,
that's fantastic.
And if you're trying to make this into like a career, you already have. But I mean, if you're trying to keep this as your career and have it be sustainable, you want to have content that exists that is just always up and is always potentially getting you some money. Because the reality with Twitch too is like, dude, if you're not live, you're not making money.
Yeah, Devious is has filled me into what just like videos that he's had up for a very long time. Because he does like old school RuneScape stuff, and he's had videos on for years and stuff, and he's talked to me about it and how it's just revolving like income essentially, where you can have a video from a year literally just continually bring you in revenue. So it's like I definitely want to start focusing a lot of time into it because I know like I've talked with a lot of people who do YouTube. Like I've talked to J God in private before, and like that kind of stuff is like, I mean, obviously I won't divulge anything, but like that's insane. What J God does. Like me and Dimas have talked to J God, and like it's insanity.
Yeah,
what YouTube can actually do. And then I like compare channels where I'm like, holy shit, like okay, J God has 1 million like subs, like maybe a little bit more than 1 million now. But I'm like thinking about holy shit, like fucking Logan Paul and PewDiePie and all of them have these like tens of millions, 100, you know, whatever it might be, and it's just like, oh my god, like it's just insane to me how like these guys are like they could probably quit YouTube and be set for life.
Yeah, definitely.
100%.
For life.
Definitely.
Yeah.
If they kick the cocaine habit, yeah. Yeah, they probably could. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, YouTube is great. Yeah. And your content would do super well there, man. Like super well. Yeah. I don't know if you're in you know, a position to, but yeah, if you wanted to get someone full time on YouTube. And by the way, I'm not the person to ask. I'm not the person to ask or give advice on this, so I don't know why I am. But like J God could probably
no,
tell
I'll take
you,
it. Yeah.
You know, like you know, if you just got someone, because I've heard some like streamers who have big YouTube channels, they'll hire someone and they'll be like, hey, I'm looking for a YouTube video guy. I'll give you 50% of the ad revenue from the YouTube. So then that incentivizes the editor to upload a fuck ton of videos and to make excellent thumbnails to clickbait them. Because you align your incentives. If you're making more money, so is your editor. So that guy's going to be kicked into high gear. And if you're a good video editor,
titles,
yeah, exactly. Clickbait titles, girls in every thumbnail. That's the play. But
Prank
you align
gone
incentives.
wrong in the hood. Dude.
Exactly. And then you have this face 10 times for every thumbnail, just get you so many clicks, dude.
Yeah.
So many clicks. But then what would be good about that too is that you would, even outside of the money you would be earning from that YouTube channel's growth, you'd just be getting name recognition and exposure.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know, like Coke.
Yeah.
Coke has Super Bowl commercials that they pay millions and millions of dollars for.
Oh yeah.
No one has ever seen a Super Bowl commercial for Coca-Cola and thought, oh, I didn't know that soda existed. That's never happened, right?
Yeah.
But the reason they do it is just kind of put it back in their mind and like, oh, maybe I should get a Coke today or whatever. And then they make money off of it, obviously. These people know what they're doing. And it could be the same for you. It's like even outside of the money you're getting on YouTube, if you're just constantly in people's faces, people are always thinking about you. They might check in. They might click on another extra video. There's a little extra ad money times 100,000 people. And then all of a sudden, it's a lot of money, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Another thing that I definitely have been thinking of is like with almost all of my YouTube videos, I I don't do an intro. And like for me, that's just like after I stream or whatever, I'm tired. I, get something to eat, lay down, watch fucking TikTok, do whatever. And like, it's like, I don't know. For me, like I have a TikTok guy and he's amazing because he literally will pull clips from my Twitch. He'll edit them, upload them, do whatever. And he takes care of like literally everything over there. Yeah. I don't touch anything. I use TikTok purely just to view. And like my YouTube editor is insane. I don't know if you guys have ever seen one. If you haven't, like it's whatever, like it's fine. There are like videos here that like I would quite literally expect somebody to be charging me an arm and a leg for. And like I pay him whatever he wants. But like he's not expensive whatsoever. For this kind of work, he's very cheap, I would say. But I ask him how much he wants and he tells me and I pay him. So like he does an amazing job. The only thing that I have an issue with is like I don't like to like with him, I have to send him everything. I have to give him all the information of what I want the thumbnail to say, how, whatever, this, that. And then I'll upload it myself. And it's just like, I find that to be difficult because I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm streaming every day and, this and that. But like, I would love to find somebody who could do the same, like with my TikTok, but with my YouTube. But it like, I don't know, it's becoming like, obviously my YouTube is new. my TikTok is new. I'm gonna be negative for like a while, but it's like, how negative do I really want to go when I can, I can upload it and I can clip it and I can, record an intro here and there, whatever. But it's like, dude, it'd be amazing to have somebody who would just pull footage, maybe use my editor, talk with him, get it sent over same day, thumbnail done, upload, next day, like next video, next day, next video. Because like essentially, like I would love to do a video a day, but oh my god, like I don't think I'd ever have time to stream. Like,
yeah,
you wouldn't
someone
be able
else would
to.
have to do every single step in that case.
That's
Like
something I didn't used to realize either. That like kind of goes along with how people like say, "Oh, you just play video games all day." Is like, if you're doing all that shit, YouTube, TikTok, you literally don't have enough time to stream, edit YouTube videos, upload them. You just don't. So it makes sense that all these guys hire video editors. Like Raz was saying, Nick Merckx. It's like his video editor. Nick Merckx probably doesn't even know the password to his YouTube channel. Like his editor does everything, and that guy gets paid a full-time job salary to do that because Nick Merckx makes a ton of money doing that, and so is that guy.
Yep. Yeah.
So I'm just like on this like teeter-totter, like, well, do I spend, fuck it. Do I spend $500 on a YouTube guy and a TikTok guy per month to do all this? Or, do I end up just paying $200 for a TikTok guy to post a video, every 2 days or so? And I can do the uploading for YouTube. It's like, I don't know, like that kind of stuff is just, I don't know. I don't like to spend a whole lot on stuff like this when I think I can do it myself, but at the same time, I recognize the value of putting that money into quite literally my business. So
yeah, exactly. And another thing you have to realize is like, you're a professional, you're an expert, you're a specialist in a certain field. That field is clicking on heads.
Yeah.
Right. You're not a specialist in like video editing on YouTube.
No.
I would imagine.
Sure. No.
I mean, there's like you can
I
only
could
be
learn
super
it,
good.
but it's like it would take a long fucking time, and it's like I
you
don't
would
have
lose
the
money
time to
learning
do
it.
that.
Yeah, it wouldn't be worth you learning it because you're already so naturally gifted at one skill that it would be a better use of your time, economically and otherwise, to invest all of your time into that thing that you're the expert on that only you can do. So then, if that's true, you shouldn't even, in my view, the goal should be in the long run, you don't even bother video editing. You're probably competent. I'm sure you could get very good, but there are people who are savants at video editing and clickbait titles and clickbait thumbnails in the same way that you're a savant at Warzone. Let those guys do it.
Yeah, for sure.
You pay them, you both earn money, everyone's happy.
Yep. It's a good deal.
It's just like, cause like, so obviously when I pay my TikTok guy, like I'm negative. I don't get anything back from TikTok. And like, I also don't know if I ever see growth on Twitch from TikTok. Like I've never really heard anyone like, hey, I saw your TikTok. Checking your Twitch out or whatever. Like I don't ever really see that. So I don't like recognize that as something maybe I should be doing. That's why like I stopped paying my TikTok guy for like a month because I just didn't really like see the growth that I wanted, and I feel like it's also like it's a bad thing that I've grown on Twitch so fast just because I'm like I want
that's
that
your expectation.
Instant, like
Yeah.
So I just feel like maybe it's something that I've got to drill in the back of my head that like this is going to take a long time to see anything back from it. But like I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it like for me to pay this guy to do my TikTok, for him to do my YouTube, for him to do, whatever it might be. It's like, I don't know. It's just, it's a decision that I need to make because I know that it's worth it to do YouTube. And like, I'm also now contemplating YouTube Shorts. Like, I don't know how beneficial YouTube Shorts versus TikTok is. And like, obviously doing TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram, everything is far more beneficial, but it's like, how long do I want to stay negative in this, even though technically all of this stuff is write-offs like for the business? It's like it's still money out of your pocket. You know what I mean? Like, like
and the
right
write-off's
now,
only on the tax burden. You're still going to be paying the money.
Yeah.
I would say, like, TikTok may or may not be here to stay. Honestly, I suspect some other app will replace it because
There always is some
just
random app.
TikTok is just Vine 2.0. So there's going to probably be some other thing like that. But YouTube, on the other hand, that's owned by Google. Google's the biggest search engine on Earth. YouTube's the second biggest search engine on Earth, which is also owned by Google. So it's just Google all the way down. It's Google's all the way down. YouTube, I would say, more than your TikTok, in my view, and you should ask people who like JGod and them because they know way more about this than I do. But from what I would understand, YouTube should be like your primary focus before TikTok.
Yeah.
Especially for your type
100%.
of content too, because you hit like nasty fucking clips, no doubt, but also your play style and your whole, the reason behind your success in Warzone is very cerebral, and it's like smart positioning, smart rotations, outplaying people before the engagement even begins.
Yeah.
And that is the type of content that translates a lot better, in my view, to YouTube videos than to like a TikTok clip, you know?
Yeah, for sure. And like, that's another thing that's like that's why I like gameplay footage so much, because I can literally take a game, send it to my editor. He basically edits the shit out of it in an amazing way, and then I can upload it. But like at the same time, like educational content, I just don't know if I need a different editor for that, or if I am gonna have to do that on my own. Like, because like, I mean, that just takes a lot of different like scenes and recording and you know, all this kind of stuff. So it's like, while I know and I recognize that educational content is like probably the best thing that you can do on YouTube, it's like, do I scale down on what my primary income of Twitch is to focus on this? And like, do I, you know, there's a bunch of different scenarios that I just try and think about. Like, while like Twitch is my main, obviously, income, I would love to grow YouTube because obviously that will translate, but it's a question of time, honestly. I feel like
it's an opportunity.
And then I've got, oh Jesus, and then I've got school starting in August, and it's like I'm taking 15 credit hours, and it's like I'm going to be streaming every day while trying to do school every day.
That's a lot.
I've been to some of your streams in the past where you were doing homework on stream.
Doing it on stream. Yeah.
I've seen those. Yeah. Gotta do what you gotta do. Don't want to break the streak.
So,
what are you going to school for?
Cybersecurity.
Oh,
but
nice.
It's not, so like there's a dilemma that I've chosen a very safe career path, in that it's not something I'm completely passionate about, but like I understand that going forward in the future of like the world, that it's going to be something that's very valuable.
Future-proof.
Yeah. But like, to me right now, in the back of my head, it's like I want to get my diploma, because I've been in school for a very long time. My first 2 years, I went out of state, and I was 800 miles from home, and it was a fun time. It wasn't advantageous, but it was very fun.
Real fun, huh? Yeah.
To say the least.
Yeah.
So I've been in school for a very long time. I want to get this shit done. And like, to me right now, in the back of my head, it's kind of crazy, but it's like, I'm like, right now, school is my backup plan.
Yeah.
I would have never thought that I would say that, but for right now, school is my backup plan. I don't necessarily see myself completely going to a 9 to 5 or 8 to 5, having a boss, you know, cubicle, whatever it might be, over what I'm doing now. Like, I want to do this now and for a very long time, but I'm a very realistic person in that, I mean, after Warzone is gone, this might be it, you know, like who knows? But so that's why I want to try and set myself up for the long run. Yeah. But it's like, I don't know if I'm doing that right. I don't know if I'm doing it in the correct way.
That's so tough, man. So from my perspective, like I have a bachelor's degree in philosophy.
Yeah.
It's done nothing. It's done dick all. Now, that's not a bachelor's in cybersecurity, to be fair. Cybersecurity is a much more useful degree. But you know, I enjoyed it, but I was in a much different circumstance at that time too. But like, dude, in my view, and this might be unsolicited or too far, but you have an opportunity and a window here.
Yeah.
Where you are big on Twitch, dude. You're big on the internet, and you're the best player on Earth in the most popular video game on Earth right now.
Yeah.
Like, you're not the most popular Warzone player, but you're the best at it statistically. You've been successful at Warzone more times than anyone else at the most popular game on Earth right now. And in my view, you could always go back to school. You might not always be the number one best player at the most popular video game on Earth.
Yeah,
I feel like the latter window is more rare than the former. You know?
No, 100%. And that's where I'm still mind blown that we're like where we are at today. It's like I look at streams right now that I have where I'm averaging 200 viewers or whatever, and I'm just thinking, like, fuck, I gotta do better. Like, I gotta, you know, expand our audience, expand our reach, play with other big content creators, not necessarily because I'm trying to seem like that, but I also understand that bigger content creators are what's going to grow you in this platform of Twitch.
Networking. Yeah.
Like, I love playing with Bobby Poff, and I love playing with like a lot of the other big content creators, just because they're really cool people. But like, there's also a silent kind of positive in that they have absolutely insane, huge communities that, you know, fucking if Bobby's dead or something, and I end up clutching a game or something, like, that's going to get you recognition in that.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I always think about that kind of stuff as well. But it's just like, at the end of the day, I think that YouTube is probably just the way to try and maximize the longevity of a content creator's career. Like, if you're a pretty good size on Twitch, because like, I already have the foundation to probably build a successful YouTube channel.
100%.
Just because of the audience that I have on Twitch.
1,000% true. Yeah.
I can put it in my title, !YT, ! New YouTube video, whatever, have a link to a command to a new video, whatever, and just spam that every day. And, you know, like, if one person a day sees that or some shit, you know, like, that's gonna be beneficial in the long run. But I'm thinking about, like, right now, YouTube doesn't really provide me with any income. Like, realistically, not at all. Twitch does, obviously, and I'm very fortunate for that. So that's where I think in my head, I think I am so focused on Twitch that it's just because it's my main bread and butter that I feel like if I stop, or if I take a day off, or if I do something like that, it's if I'm not playing, somebody else is playing, somebody else is going to be taking advantage of that viewership. Somebody else is going to be making insane plays. Somebody else is going to be, you know, maybe there's an OPMarked fan in Bobby Poff or an Aiden or in whatever, just checking them out. Now they're, holy shit, that's like, this guy's fucking nuts. Fuck OPMarked or whatever. I'm dipping, whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I get the fear. Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like I have to be on every single day to try and just like retain the audience that I have
and not lose the momentum. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. Like, you were talking about how you've talked to like Jay God behind the scenes about, I imagine a lot of things. One of which is like his YouTube story and how he does things, and that's cool. That's great insight. However, I don't know how close you are with Iceman Isaac, but I think he would be a really, really excellent person to take advice from on this topic. And here's why: he streams a lot. He also,
this guy does everything.
Exactly. He streams a lot, but he also makes educational YouTube content. And if that's what you're trying to do, which I totally think you should do, I think you're exactly right. Your best play on YouTube is to make educational content. Iceman Isaac has, here are 3,000 jump spots on 1984 Verdansk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to do super well, and that's a great video. you could do educational content on YouTube as well. I think that would be great for you. And because Isaac is able to stream on Twitch and also record commentary and get involved in his own YouTube educational content, and it's very successful content, I might add, and I subscribe, you should ask him, and I think his advice would be even more salient to you than anyone else's, because he is doing what it sounds like you are trying to do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and he's
definitely.
doing it successfully. He's successful as fuck on Twitch and on YouTube.
Yeah, I've got to commend that guy too, because he's still active Air Force, and he streams every day, and he edits his own stuff. Like I think pretty sure he's told me he edits his own stuff. He uploads everything. He does like everything. So like I don't even know how that guy has a life. Like
it's absurd.
Yeah.
He does a lot.
So
yeah,
definitely props to Isaac. That guy is a different fucking breed.
Yeah.
To say the least. Like I couldn't imagine having a job, let alone in like the Air Force, as well as trying to do all of this stuff. Like that's just ridiculous.
I literally don't know how he has time to do it. It's actually crazy.
I don't even know what he does in the Air Force.
That is correct. That is wild.
I don't know either.
That is wild. But yeah, again, I mean, the fact that he's doing it, I bet you he could give you some solid advice, man. I don't know how close you guys are, but if you could be like, hey, dude, can I talk to you for 20 minutes? How do you do it?
Yeah, for sure.
What are you taking?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. I don't know. So that's the dilemma I'm in.
Yeah.
Where I'm debating whether or not I want to give up TikTok and pay this guy to do YouTube Shorts, or pay him to do both TikTok and YouTube Shorts, and pay him to do my YouTube, but then be like negative on a lot like of money. But then like it's like long run stuff where it's like it'll pay off in the long run, but then it's just like, well, shit, will it? Like I don't know. This game could be fucking dead in a month and I don't have anything else to back myself up on or whatnot, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just, I don't know. It's, to me, it's just like, it's this revolving, like, fuck, what's going to happen tomorrow? What's going to happen next month? What's going to happen next week? You know?
I think, though, that you're surrounded by a lot of good people. You're surrounded by a lot of good content creators who have longevity, who are really smart, ambitious, driven, and well-informed. And also, you're surrounded by a lot of loyal, fucking cool fans that are going to ride with you. If you're streaming less often than you used to, they're still going to be there. The vast majority of them, I would imagine. And they're going to understand what you're doing and why you're doing it. And they're going to be happy for you. And they'll be YouTube subs too. And they might see some awesome YouTube video where you explain what you're doing in a way that you don't get an opportunity to while you're live streaming, that they're actually glad you're streaming 2 less hours a day, because they want some of your insight. They might be happy for it. In fact, I'm certain there's a contingent of your viewers who would feel that way. Like, oh, dude, I'm so happy you're not streaming that 9th and 10th hour, because now I get to watch this YouTube video where you explain why you did that instead of this. And you wouldn't have been able to explain that, you know, in the middle of that game. Yeah. So like, I'm really happy you did this. And then, and
that makes sense.
That's a situation where like everyone's happy about it, including you, by the way.
For sure. Definitely.
You know, I get your hesitation and fear, and with making content online, being a streamer or whatever, everything's super finicky and on ice and unknown, but
definitely.
All things considered, I think you're very well situated.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think a lot of it is just overthinking and just kind of playing into my head a little bit too much. But yeah, no, I think that I'm on the right path for YouTube right now. Obviously Twitch is like a insane part of my life now, and I like obviously don't want to ever stop that grind. I don't think I ever will, but like yeah, I definitely am just like right now at a crossroad where I just am thinking about what's the next step to further the brand of OPMarked.
Yeah.
And I think that that's just a tough like call for like anybody. I think anybody would have that kind of that difficult decision to make in, you know, in that step. And I think that like unless you're like a Nick Merckx or Aiden who have like gotten their absolute insane blow up from one game, like it's kind of difficult to try and compare like this kind of stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, no, everyone's journey is different for sure.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, you got a lot of fans, you got a lot of love from people in high places and the peasants like Tanner and I and everyone in chat. So that's a joke, guys. Relax. But yeah, you got a lot of support, man, and we're all rooting for you. So
yeah, no,
I'm
I
sure you'll
appreciate
do
that.
well.
Yeah,
I'm sure you'll do well. All right, man. It has been an exceptional
yes, sir.
evening. I really appreciate you taking all of this
Dude,
time.
no, I appreciate you guys, dude. You know, I've been meaning to come on this for a very long time, and it's just something that I just like, dude. I don't know. I think it's just been my streaming has been just taking up so much of my time.
We
that
get
I
it.
just,
Yeah,
like,
we see. Yeah.
So yeah, no, I appreciate like the love early on, dudes. You guys like shit. You guys might have been the reason fucking why. You know what I mean? Like, so
yeah,
it's insane, and I appreciate literally everything you guys have done for me and the many raids and shout outs and whatever. So
yeah,
no,
of course.
I definitely appreciate all of the love.
Yeah, well, we will be invoicing you for royalty fees.
Yeah.
But
All right, I got
no,
you.
dude, it's absolutely our pleasure. We've been fans of yours for a long time, and you deserve it, dude. We're both very happy to see how far you've come, and it's literally actually only the beginning. Even if Warzone does die, you might be skeptical. I'm not. You're going to do really well in the next BR, and BRs are not going anywhere. And even if they do, you're a gamer, dude. You'll do well. And you've got a lot of people who fuck with you for your skill and for your personality, for who you are. And we're really happy to see where you're at, and we're very curious to see where you will go in the future.
Yeah.
Jake, where can people find you?
Oh gosh, okay. Well, I mean, I've got Twitch. It's just OPMarked. I think it's just OPMarked on like everything actually. So if you guys want to find me on Twitch, it's OPMarked. YouTube is OPMarked. Twitter is OPMarked. Yeah. TikTok is OPMarked. There you go.
There you go. OPMarked on Twitch, mainly on Twitch for now. Let's sub to his YouTube to give him some encouragement though. On YouTube, OPMarked, Twitter, and TikTok, and maybe other places as well. Keep an eye on that OnlyFans URL and other websites, perhaps. Jake, it has been an honor and a privilege to have you on this evening. Once again, we really appreciate your time, man. And hopefully, maybe we'll talk to you again another time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'd love to do another one of these, definitely.
All right, brother. Have a great night, dude.
You too, guys.
Yeah, thanks, dude. That was a blast. Really appreciate it, man.
All right, guys. You guys have a good rest of your night, all right?
All right, buddy.
You too.
Peace.
All right, guys.
All right. Let's see here. Wow. What a broadcast, huh, Tanner?
That was a broadcast, yeah.
That was quite
a
broadcast, dude.
Yeah, that was we had about 3 topics to discuss regarding, you know, Call of Duty in our normal Wednesday episode. So I'm glad this happened for sure.
He quite literally saved our Wednesday night. Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I was getting ready to make dinner, and I like see a tweet that he was like, you guys need one, and I was like, oh fuck. And I was like, this is late notice, but I think this is gonna work. And I was like, dude, we have nothing to do. This is perfect.
This is the game's. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is actually
he didn't want to play Warzone today. There's nothing for us to talk about. It was perfect.
Shit for us.
The timing was perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. It was great. So fucking guys, please give him some love. OPMarked. OPMarked. Follow him on Twitter. Follow him on YouTube, Twitch. Give him some subs. Give him some love. Well, and for those of you who have been listening for a long time, you'll know we referenced him a long time ago. And we were like, dude, this is what he does. And he's fucking twisted. Go watch him. We've been fans of his forever, for real, actually. And it's for good reason. And you guys probably know more about that now after having talked to him. What a pleasure. 3 hours of his time, by the way. I was not expecting that. That was very, very generous with his time. Very generous.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Speaking of generosity, by the way, OPMarked. And I know a lot of you subbed, a lot of you gave bits. I love you. I will get to it. Okay. I'm sorry. I didn't want to waste more of his time on peasants like us. He's already been kind enough. I didn't want to waste his time, but I will. I love you guys. I appreciate you. I will be thanking each and every one of you. But OPMarked, Jake, the fucking mad lad himself, as if he hadn't done enough. And if you want us to send you this recording, Jake, we will absolutely do that. Just DM us and let us know. If you wanted to post it on your anything, feel absolutely free. Just let me know. OPMarked with a Prime sub and 20 gifted subs, dude. Jesus H. Christ. OPMarked. Friend of the pod. Holy shit, dude. That is super generous of you, brother. I really fucking appreciate it, man. 20 gifted, the Prime, Twitch partner, Twitch royalty, Call of Duty royalty, Warzone royalty. That is insanely generous, man. I really fucking appreciate it, dude. I appreciate your time. And of course, 20 gifted subs. That's a lot. That's very generous, dude. Honored, humbled, privileged. Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much. God, you're an animal, dude. I really appreciate it, brother. God, what a broadcast, huh? What a fucking broadcast. Yeah. That was great, dude. So, other than that, for the YouTube frogs, we'll wrap this up. But on Twitch, we're going to stay live for a little longer. Boys, that is it. Once again, OPMarked. Show them some love. Follow them on the things. Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, YouTube. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for listening. Have an excellent evening, of course. And as always, remember, stay humble.
Stay humble.
Yeah, by the way, we do a podcast about Call of Duty. I should have plugged that. Fuck. All right. Oh, by the way, guys, if you're from OPMarked's chat, welcome. Hey, this is called the Dropshot Call of Duty podcast. We talk about Call of Duty sometimes. That's a joke. We mostly talk about Call of Duty. We talk about the game, recent changes, news, items, and then on Saturdays we'll kind of go into more different, varied topics related to Call of Duty. Normally we would do something like this on a Saturday evening, in fact. So things like interviews or going in depth on strategy, sometimes, and kind of other miscellaneous, more in-depth topics we'll do on Saturdays. That's what we do. But we just talk about Call of Duty. So if you work in a cubicle and you hate your life and you want to pretend you're playing Call of Duty, something's wrong with you if you want to play Call of Duty right now. So let's be clear about that. But also, nonetheless, this can be your fix at work. I'm a big podcast guy. So that's where we came up with that idea.
Podcasters.
But anyways, OPMarked, thank you ever so goddamn much. All right.
Jesus.
Got a lot of love, boys. You guys are fucking insane, dude. Okay. Where are we at here? Let's see. Sierra Jet, 3 months, tier 1. I thanked you and I thank you again. Thank you, sir. Nick Bango, resubbing at tier 3 for 9 months, dude. Huge. A tier 3 Bango, thank you very much, King. Welcome back. Enjoy your new badge, motherfucker. Honored, humbled, privileged, young man. Good to have you back, as always. King Thanatos, 11 months with the Prime LFG. Indeed. LFG, bitch. Thanatos, I appreciate it, dude. 1 more month for your 1 year badge. Thank you. Grim, 29. with the resub at tier 1 for 6 months. Scammed. True. Also, with the 5 gifted, dude. Let's go. Jesus H. Christ Grim. Thank you very much, dude. You dumb bitch. For the 5 gifted and the resub. Longtime supporter, friend of the pod, of course. Generous, dumb, and appreciated. Thank you very much, Grim. Boomer Town Gaming. Cringe, change it. However, he can keep it at this point. With the 29 gifted subs. Jesus Christ. Chris, that's a lot of subs, dude. That's a lot of money. And I appreciate it, but you're dumb. Someone who's dumb enough to name themselves Boomer Town Gaming, right, is dumb enough to waste that much money on this podcast. But hey, I'll take it. I'll fucking take it. I'll take it, Chief. For real though, Chris, thank you very much, dude. That's a lot of love. That's a lot of support. I appreciate you, dude. Thank you very much, man. That's a lot. That means a lot. And in conjunction with what you've already given to this program. So thank you very much, dude. Mullet, as well, with a gifted sub for his 7,000th gifted sub. We'll take those. Fantastic. Mullet, as always, thank you, dude. I love and appreciate you. Let's see. The Vaping Viking with the gifted sub as well. And insanely, outrageously, a very generous donation of 1 gifted sub and an amount of United States dollars. About time, man is a true king, true, has donated. The Vaping Viking, the original Chad, Big Dick Chad, the Vaping Viking, 100 United States dollars, dude. Viking maybe has wasted more money than anyone on this program. Maybe not. I don't know. A lot, though. Possibly the dumbest among all of you. That is insane. Viking, thank you very much. I can never thank you enough for your generosity. You were a big part of us going full time, actually. And I really appreciate it. And yeah. The gifted sub and the fucking $100 helps, for real. So honored, humbled, privileged. I love you, dude. Very fucking kind of you, Vike. You're insane. Bates and Switch resubbing for the 9 months. Let's absolutely go, King. Welcome back. Enjoy your new badge. Good to have you back. One in the chamber resubbing for 12 months. Getting the 1-year badge. Huge, dude. Huge. King. Welcome back. Long time listener. One in the chamber. Enjoy that 12-month badge, bitch. I appreciate you, dude. Welcome back. Good to have you, of course. And enjoy. Face Esquire with a gifted sub to Devious Twitch partner. A Twitch partners. Couple Twitch partners have subs here. Interesting. How much clout does that give me? Can I be partnered now?
Yeah, that's how it works, right?
Is that how that works?
That's how that works, yeah.
I'm just gonna gift a sub to
I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
Who's like a big Twitch streamer? Amaranth, yeah. And then maybe I'll have enough clout. Anyways, Face, thank you for the gifted sub, dude. Really appreciate it. Devious, thank you for following as well. Been a fan of yours. Been following you for quite a while as well, actually, Devious. I don't know if you know that, but I'm devious that way. Maybe you didn't.
Oh, stop.
See what I did there? See what I did there?
I did, unfortunately.
Yeah, cringe. Cringe plus ratio. Thank you, Face. Okay. Bjorn resubbed for 10 months at tier 2. Yo, no shot, big poggies. Don't say that again, kid. Thanks, though. 10 months, tier 2. Bjorn, you're an animal. Welcome back, you young bitch. I appreciate you, dude. Tier 2 as well. King shit. That's what we call king shit. Bjorn, thank you very much, dude. Young Evan, aka Read a Book, resubbed 11 months. Hey, bud, he says. Hey!
Hey.
Hey!
Hey, how are ya?
Devious next on the podcast? I'm open to that. I'm open as fuck to that, dude. Call me. I won't
Yeah,
go
forget
there.
it. You're taking too long. You're
doesn't
taking
matter.
too long.
I had a lot of places I could go, but I decided not to. Anyways, yeah, that'd be great. Evan, thank you, dude. Welcome back. One more month, you busy boy. You busy Bethesda boy. That's some onomatopoeia for you. Thank you, dude. Welcome back. 11 months. Face Esquire, another gifted sub. Much love, Face, lawyer, participant on the Warzone Roundtable. That was fun. Much appreciated, King. You old Southern King. You dying Southern King. Thank you, Face. And Junk Pup, the 5 gifted subs as well. Huge! Junk Pup's an old head, as they say. He's been around for quite a while as well. Doesn't pop into Twitch too often, but when he does, he's there. He's there. And 5 gifted subs, dude. Very generous, Junk Pup. Change your name, though. Really appreciate it, Junk Pup. Change it. Honored, humbled, and privileged. For real, Junk Pup. That is very generous. The 5 gifted subs. Thank you very much, dude. It means a lot. You guys enjoyed this app, huh? Fantastic, dude. Fantastic. Junk Pup, I appreciate it. Peachy MD. Change it. With the 5 gifted as well. Huge. Peachy MD. Very kind of you. Very generous of you. That is not a name I recognize. Perhaps an OPMarked viewer. And I'll take that. I hope you enjoyed this in-depth look at your streamer, young Jake, King Jake, young King Jake. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did, which I suspect you didn't, because I enjoyed that immensely. But nonetheless, the 5 gifted subs is very generous, very appreciated, and goes a long way for real from all of you, for sure. And Peachy, I really appreciate those 5 gifted subs. So thank you very much, young man or woman or other non-binary person, whatever it is.
Damn.
I just can't tell. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. However, doesn't matter. Thank you very much. For real. Very generous. Much appreciated, Peach. And Boomertown, it's a political thing. What kind of political thing? I'm actually curious. And nonetheless, thank you for the 5 gifted. Also, Chris with the gifted sub as well. Boomertown Gaming. He says, yikes, Raz, I want the subs back. So cringe. Take it up with Jeffrey Bezos, bitch. Good luck. Good luck, Chris, and fuck you, dude. See ya. Get scammed. Well, that was a little excessive, but I don't know what you're referring to as cringe, but see ya. See ya. Thanks for the gifted sub, dude. On the 30th, I guess, on the night. You're insane. Much appreciated, dude. What a broadcast, huh?
It's a broadcast, yeah. Excellent broadcast.
An excellent broadcast, dude.